Right. Hey everyone, welcome to the Video Game Club. With me today are my wonderful, wonderful friends, Ribbit Rabbit. Do you want to give them away? Artie the Gamer.
Hi.
Avani Sahara. Labelly Luffy. Sean with a she. ShotgunMcpayne. And I'm Den of Crows. Alright, so welcome to episode 2 of the Video Game Club. I wrote a little script this week, so it sounds more organised. So yay us, we're professional now. And so, yeah, we're just gonna, this is just a little talk show where we get together, we chat about the games that we've been playing, the games that we're looking forward to, and we chat about our book club game, which we revealed last week multiple times that it was Undertale. Thank you, Shoddy.
You're welcome.
So, yeah, nice to see so many friends in chat. Thank you all. You can also say hi to your future selves or future friends. And then yeah, we're looking good. And then yeah, so we'll move on to our first stage. Now we've all said hi. So Artie, we'll switch over to you, and you can chat about the games that you've been playing, the games that you're looking forward to, what game is kind of next on your radar to play, and then we'll go in order because you'll see everyone's faces, so we'll go in order. So it'll be Artie, Avani, Rabbit, Sean, Shoddy, Luffy, and then myself while I fix all the future scenes. Alrighty, Artie,
Cool.
over to you.
Okay. Hi. Hey. I'm on the spot and I'm nervous. Oh,
You're also nice
golly.
and big.
Oh, good. Even better. Perfect. Um, so as far as games that I've been playing, I just logged like 30 hours into Astrobot. And that has been consuming all of my time. And it was great,
Nice.
by the way. It definitely deserved Game of the Year, I think. 100%. That's kind of it though. That's the only thing I've ever been doing. As far as games that I want to play, I really want to start Resident Evil 8, which is Village, right? I think something like
It
that.
is. Yep.
I also want to get back into Liza P. That'd be kind of cool. Elden Ring would be sick too. And as far as upcoming stuff, I have no idea what's coming out in the next month. I am under a rock.
One thing I wanted to ask with in terms of Astrobot, I
Sure.
know they've added levels since then, and I believe you've played a couple of them.
Yeah.
What do you think about them comparatively to the original levels? Like, I assume they're kind of all jumbled in your head, but
So they're a little different, because they're all timed.
Mhm.
So it puts a lot more pressure like on the actual level itself. I find it very similar to like the smaller levels that are like X triangle, square, circle, whatever.
Mhm.
Like in the base levels, because they are short but they're difficult.
Right.
So I find myself struggling with them significantly.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fair.
They're rough.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's rough, but it's fun.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, they're a delight, truly.
Oh,
The
absolutely.
after
And all the little
Astrobot.
guys are so cute.
I
Oh,
Yeah.
love Astrobot.
they're
It's
so
nice.
cute. It's such a fun time.
Awesome.
I think
Man.
that's
I
all I
love
got.
seeing characters from other games pop up in Astrobot.
Yeah.
For
There were
sure.
so many too.
It's like,
There's
oh,
so
you've
many
never played
Easter eggs.
anything like this before, but here's some nostalgia. It's like,
Yup.
I'm
Yeah.
honestly so surprised they didn't have things like Final Fantasy in there because like it's so intrinsic. Like Final Fantasy VII is so intrinsic to the PS1's DNA to me.
Did they add Final
Um,
Fantasy, or am I mistaken?
I don't think they had a single Final Fantasy
No?
character. At least right now. I know they're
Don't
coming
they
out
have
with
Cloud?
new. No,
They have Cloud. I swear
they
to God
don't.
they do.
I don't think they
I
do.
keep seeing like stuff like on my Instagram of like Final Fantasy like stuff.
Unless they've added
So
them since.
unless
Like, I
they're
remember in the
adding it,
beginning.
there could
Yeah.
be updates. Who knows?
Yeah,
Oh, interesting.
it's one of those things where it's just like it's so intrinsic to the DNA. So it's interesting, like if they like what they had to do with Square Enix, like oh we couldn't, get the
Yep.
little licensing there or whatnot, because it's like
Well,
they were able to get
Squeenix
like
is
Resident
the
Evil.
one posting it, so
Yeah,
perhaps we
Yeah.
might see them.
yeah, but
Please, I need you to keep talking.
Okay.
Artie, question for you.
Yes,
I have
dear.
a question for you.
Uh-huh.
So with Resident Evil Village, it
Yeah.
is like a game that is really uh I know a lot of people that tend to mod the game as their first playthrough. Has that even crossed your mind at all, or do you want to experience like a vanilla playthrough, or like
Not
have you
even
heard
a
any of
little.
that? Okay, because
I didn't know that was a thing that people were doing, to be honest.
every time I see like clips about it too, it seems like there's funny mods obviously, but there's funny mods in every game. But there's like a lot of like quality of life stuff and things like that. 'Cause some people
Yeah.
have like some issues with some quality of life stuff. I can't be too particular because I struggle to remember if I had any experience like bad experiences with it.
Right.
But when you play that game, is that a game that you're gonna play for fun off stream? Do you think you're gonna play it on stream? Like, what's
I'm
your
probably gonna
thought?
stream it, yeah.
Mhm.
Because like
What's
it
your-
was one of the games that I wasn't sure I was ever gonna play to begin with.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh, the werewolves and vampires thing is like really cliche and whatever. So like I was never super into it, but there was a big sale and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna at least try. And if I hate it, it was like $10, you know?
Right.
So I don't know. I don't really have any big plans for it other than I'm just gonna sit down and see what I think.
I think I've talked about it before, but what's your experience with Resident Evil before this?
Not much, to be
Okay.
honest. My first Resident Evil was 7.
Okay.
I loved it. I thought it was great.
Mhm.
And then I played the Resident Evil 4 remake because I got a free code from GameStop when I worked
Oh,
there.
nice.
And I was like, you know what? That's a free
I
game.
did not know you worked
Mhm.
at GameStop, Artie.
You didn't know that?
I did not know that.
Oh yeah, it was
That's
awful.
new lore.
Yeah. But I got a bunch of like free games from there, and Resident Evil was one of them. And I was like, well, okay, you know, I have the console for it. Nobody else does, you know, on the staff. So, dibs. And I took it, and
Yeah.
I liked it.
Okay.
There was some things that I didn't like, but I think overall it was a pretty enjoyable experience.
I've heard
I
consistently
think-
that. Oh, sorry. I've heard consistently that 7
No,
is
go
like
ahead, go ahead.
the scariest Resident Evil.
I would wager to say so. Like, especially like the start of that game is very scary.
Okay.
For 8,
Whereas-
that is.
7
Okay, yeah.
specifically.
I would agree. Yeah.
Yeah. It kind of gets less scary as you go on. Personally, I'd say 8 is more akin. Like, I think playing Resident Evil 4 remake before Village is going to be really interesting for you, because I think a lot of the design decisions that they take in Resident Evil Village are very Resident Evil 4 inspired. Like, you'll straight
Okay.
up I feel like you'll see parts and you'll be like, oh my god, this is straight out of Resident Evil 4.
Okay, interesting.
Something that's interesting about that game is it's very amusement park. Like, it feels like a greatest hits in a lot of ways, where it's like you can kind of tell different sections in there are paying homage to different parts of Resident Evil, like it's Resident Evil's history. So I'll be interested to see if you kind of like what you feel about each section and how that goes. Are you gonna play it in first or third person?
I didn't know there was an option for that.
Yeah,
I didn't either.
So
They added it later, yeah.
I don't know, actually. Maybe first. Because I
Yeah,
think
first
7
is
was in
the first. Yeah, first is like the
Yeah.
default, but
Yeah.
I know they added the third person. I know Requiem, the new one that's coming out, is going to have first and third person as well. So,
Yeah. Interesting.
from the get go, so that'll be interesting to kind of see experience. So,
Yeah, I just assumed it was in first. I didn't.
Mhm.
I knew nothing about that. So probably first.
cool.
Okay.
Ish.
Clover raises a really pertinent question, and I think it's very important that we touch on it. How are the Resident Evil games so hot?
Leon Kennedy. Ada
And
Wong.
yeah, I
Oh.
think
Oh,
I think
literally everybody.
Capcom are really good at making twinks.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally
Yeah.
the best.
I did
Twinks
see a
and
mod
beautiful women.
that
so.
puts Leon Kennedy in a crop top with a tramp
Yeah.
stamp.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And I
Classic
might
mod.
be interested in doing that.
yeah.
We'll see. We'll see.
I was gonna say, I remember there being a nude mod almost immediately after it came out.
Yeah. And the
Probably won't be
different
using that one.
the different incarnations of Chris Redfield too. Like they're
yeah.
all so different. Like you look at Resident Evil 1 Chris compared to Resident Evil 5 Chris compared to like all these different Chris's, like Resident Evil 6. Like it's just like they all look so different from each
Yeah.
other.
Yeah.
Sean, Chloe wants the link to the mod, so if you could find it and send it on.
Of course, of course.
I got you, gamer.
Alright. Well, Adi,
That's all I got though. Yeah.
okay,
I'm
yeah.
good.
Yeah, I can put you out of your misery. It's alright.
Cool, thanks. Yep. Okay. Goodbye, Big Square.
Alright, thanks. Avani, you're up.
Yippee! So, I have been I was getting nagged. The kids were nagging me to play a Pikmin game. And I've kind of always wanted to. And they were like, you know what? I recommend for your first one, just start with number 3. So that's what I did, but I picked it up on the Wii U instead of Nintendo.
Oh.
Which we endearingly call the clunker in this house.
Yeah.
And I'm having so much. I love them so much. But what I found myself doing is I'm like talking to the little Pikmin as we're walking around, and I've been. Just cut off. Hang on.
Yeah.
Okay. So yes, I've started walking around with my little Pikmin, yapping to them and calling them my gamers. It's gonna, it is so this close to like going into my real life where I just start saying that to everybody. I love how they name all the fruit. They're so cute. I didn't write any down. Everything about them is adorable. I still haven't even got yellow Pikmin yet. I haven't even found the captain.
Yellow Pikmin, my favorite. My
That-
favorite.
Actually, no, I just got to the spot where you get the little yellow guys and they're doing their little connecting up electricity. And you can throw them higher, thank God. Because I got so stuck. I defeated a boss and I didn't go back to like collect the little telecommunication device from him. And I'm just like sitting here stuck in this world, like days going by. I'm running out of fruit. And I hand the Wii over to the kid and I'm like, where do I go? What do I do? He just scrolls around on the little map and he's like, see that big signal over there? And I was like, no, I got that thing, I swear. No, you didn't. So I'm finally progressing. Day 10 and I've killed like one thing. So Pikmin 3, really fun. The controls are atrocious on the Wii U. Absolutely atrocious. I'm still getting used to it, but I'm determined because it was $60 cheaper than on the Switch.
Yeah,
You gotta do what
That's
you
a pretty
gotta
good
do.
reason. Yeah.
I have a quick question for you,
Mhm.
Vonnie. Have you ever played the games Overlord?
Oh, Overlord. Good pull.
Is anyone
I-
familiar with that?
Yeah.
I've never played any of the Pikmin games, but I was wondering if Overlord had any crossover with Pikmin.
They're a little similar. I've not played any of the Pikmin games, but I kind of know the conceit of them. They're definitely similar in gameplay. I feel like they both have their different sets of mechanics.
Okay.
Whereas like if I remember correct, it's been so long since I've played an Overlord game. But if I remember correctly, or not, like they're like you amass more minions to
Yeah.
help
And
fight.
there's like different kinds.
Yeah, and I think for Pikmin it's more puzzle based. Like you fight creatures, but
Okay.
it's much more like, hey, you need this many Pikmin to get across. If I know Pikmin. But yeah, like kind of like the metal the metal version of Pikmin.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I pulled up another tab and I wrote it down.
I think it's on the store, the Steam store too, if I remember correctly, but maybe
yeah,
not.
it is.
Yeah, Avani Tank is also recommending
Oh.
Odd Sparks, an automation adventure.
Odds, but I have heard the name
Which
and
I think,
Ooh.
yeah,
it
we've seen
did-
Shaker was playing it at one point. So
It
And
did sound like I'd be interested in that, yes.
it's funny because I feel like I've played every game that's not Pikmin except for Pikmin. Because another game that's so great with that is Tinykin. And that is just like 3D platformer cross with Pikmin, and it's phenomenal. The art style is very much like Paper Mario, and you're like going around each like you're like a little being and you're going around each like room around the house. And you're collecting the little tinykin.
This is literally just Pikmin. Yeah,
It's,
okay.
it's a much more emphasis on like the 3D platforming aspect of it.
Yeah.
It is
You
Pikmin
can't
straight
jump.
up.
You can't do anything in Pikmin.
Yeah.
You're stuck.
So,
You gotta use those guys for everything.
I highly recommend Tinykin. That game is so fun.
Hell yeah. Add it to my list. Other games I'm looking forward to playing. I don't really have that much to go through. I'm gonna, once we finish Undertale, I'm gonna keep going back with Tell Me Why, because I've still only played chapter 1. Pikmin's kind of taken over, and Undertale's taken over everything. I love the way that this game is put together. I can't really talk about it too much. It's just very much a story you have to experience. And the way I describe it's not going to give it justice. There's a lot going on there. And as for upcoming games, new ones, we were trying to keep it to the nearest month, so I can't talk about Ghost of Yotei yet. But Mafia 4 is coming out
I know.
soon. I'm excited for that. It's been a long time since I played the other games. Mafia 4 is going to be like a prequel, going back to the start of everything. I think what's his name, Enzo.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of how he grew up in the crime family. I can't remember the name right now.
Yeah.
Kind of how he got to where he was when you meet him in the first game. So that's
specifically.
Yeah.
Artie's diabolical chat messages.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, buddy.
I saw you laughing, and I knew I should not have looked over. And then
I can see it on the
this.
screen already. Come on.
Oh my god.
Sick.
She's on the floor. That's wicked.
I just look over at her cam and she's like,
Yeah. Moving on.
All right.
Amani, how did you come up with Clunker for your Wii?
Clunker.
Yeah, I was wondering how that came about.
It's just clunky. It's a big
okay.
clunky piece of shit. It's not a bad console. I'm endeared to it. But it is awful.
There's a lot. The thing is, the Wii U gets a lot of heat because
It does.
let me tell you, the gamepad feels like a goddamn Fisher Price toy. But
It's exactly what it made. That's why I like it.
I feel like if they would have used that more, like imagine a Pokemon Snap game on the Wii U actually, you know, and be able to use the camera to move around and all that, and like the gyro. Like obviously, like we have new Pokemon Snap on Switch, but like, God, like there were so many great games on Wii U that just were trapped, and now they're on Switch. But so. Fuck the Wii U, I guess.
And I do they do because I have it plugged into the TV, and like when you're playing Pikmin, they'll be like, "Look at your gamepad," and you're like holding, I can't remember what it's called in the game, like your little Kopai. It's like a little tablet you have in the game, and so whenever he's getting a little cold or something, the screen just goes black, and you have to look at your little thing. Which I have been told they obviously got rid of that on Switch. And it seems like a little like unnecessary, but I think it's cute and fun.
It is endearing for sure, and like that it's like a great way to play DS games too, because you have like the second screen experience, you know. Yeah, the only game that I think is just like trapped on there for me at this point is the Legend of Zelda Wind Waker remake, which looks
I haven't played it yet.
it
I'm
looks so
scared.
good on the Wii U too.
I don't have
played it yet
patience for
either.
these puzzles anymore.
Oh yeah. Well, don't go play Wind Waker. There's a lot of puzzles.
Yeah, I know.
There's a lot of
I
puzzles.
mean, I bought it. I'm gonna do it eventually. It's just,
Mhm.
I think the best
know it's
Mario
gonna be
Kart
rough.
game is on the Wii U. I'm just gonna say it.
I mean-
Mario Kart 8's the best one.
I mean, it's on the Switch too.
If you
Yeah, but the
Originated
Wii
on-
is better. Better.
So,
I don't play Mario Kart. I don't
playing
play
it.
Mario Kart.
I was gonna,
Everyone.
you hate Mario Kart. What are you talking about?
I hate Mario Kart. No, I would play Mario Kart World if that was possible. That
Yeah.
looks like
It's fun.
it seems like a completely different experience though than like regular Mario Kart. Like it's much more like so many like fun little things there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they mixed it up.
For sure. I think they did. For sure. I think for some ways for the better and some ways for the worse.
Truly.
But it definitely individualizes it in a way that don't think Mario Kart 8 did. I want to say a little bit about Mafia because those first two games are just so. Even the third game, I love the third game. That story is so good. I just think what they lose with it is making the open world bits a lot more heavy-handed, but the story is like just as good as like 1 and 2, if not better, honestly.
I remember getting a bit overwhelmed in the third one. So what I liked about the first two was like, yes, I like a little bit of open world. I like doing my thing or whatever.
Yeah.
But I do really also just like a linear story. Play the game, do your missions, get it done. And I'm just finding like my patience for having to grind, and I still have that urge to want to do everything, even though I know it's too much for me. I still want to do it. So if it's there, it frustrates me because I will go and do it. And I remember just being a little overwhelmed in number 3, but wanted to just so much fun. Driving around I liked it more than driving around GTA games.
I agree.
So much fun.
Amani, I have a question for you. So you picked Tell Me Why. Artie, you also really like Tell Me Why, if I recall.
Yeah.
Because
I really like it.
Yeah.
it's made by
It's
the
just
people that make
beautiful.
Life is Strange. If
Mhm.
that's
Yeah.
if I'm don't nod, I want to
Yep,
say is
yep.
their name.
Yeah, the original Life is Strange people.
Have you ever played a Life is Strange game? If so, how does this feel different? Because I heard there's a lot of similar aspects to it. You know, made by the same developer, obviously, but like
Yeah. I played Life is Strange many years ago. My main, I guess, exposure to Life is Strange was watching playthroughs on YouTube. If I'm being so honest, I really like. I can barely remember the story,
Max.
and unfortunately, I don't. The second game and whatever other little DLC thingies that are out there, I never got too much into. I remember loving Life is Strange. I couldn't tell you all too much about it. The going back in time thingy was a little confusing for my little head. And this one, I mean, I can't say too much to compare it. It's a little slower paced. Kind of the issues and the themes are a little different. It's very nuanced. The thing that Tyler and Allison are going through. They're rekindling their relationship. They're having differing memories of what happened, and they're trying to piece it together. And you kind of get to make choices as well. You're like, do I believe my memory, or do I trust my sister and believe her memory? And I don't know what the consequences of those choices are yet, but had the little she will remember that, or yeah. So I'm looking forward to it. It seems a little slower paced. I don't know if we get to any action. I just feel like I'm just gonna sit and soak it in.
Well,
Life is Strange. I remember a little bit of action, but not. Yeah, don't know.
I do know Tell Me Why is also famous for another thing, which gamers correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is like the first main character that's like openly transgender. It was like very big for being one of the first major games to have like an openly transgender character. Also, I think the VA for Tyler is trans as well. Maybe again, I'm trying to remember this, but I remember this is why this game was really big. What type of story beats like have you noticed so far that feels like because this is a very like like even now like not to get like too far off topic, but like we're still seeing like large scale persecution of trans people in 2020, like even more so.
Okay.
Like
So
because
there,
you're taking brave steps. Like what are you noticing in there?
been one so far. All the interactions have been very supportive, and the only interactions have been you and your sister. We did just go and meet someone that knew our mum, who we're trying to figure out what was going on with mum before she passed. And he was very confused, and it about this because he hadn't seen Tyler since pre-transition, like over a decade ago. He's like trying, he's trying his oldest and his ways. It's just like typical stereotype. Nothing he said was too insane. Just wasn't expecting it. I think he was a bit shocked. But that's where you get your first hint of like, oh, like this place is still set back in time a little bit. It kind of feels like it's been frozen in time, whereas Tyler's life has moved on and it has grown, and had a lot of support at the youth camp or wherever he was working and living. And so coming home was like really just going back in time, and everyone's shocked to see him like that. There's like a really sweet storekeeper. It's like, oh my god, you're such a handsome young man. I didn't even recognize you, and that's how he gets over it. It's really beautiful. But then this other old crusty guy that knew their mom seemed to really struggle with it, and you can, in that dialogue, you can choose to like, no, I'm gonna press this guy, or we can get the heck out of here. And obviously, I chose to sit and press him, and he didn't get bigoted about it. You can tell he was just confused. But I assume there's going to be more and more of those, and they might get more and more confronting as we go on to meet other characters. Yeah,
I'm interested to see if like the not like the themes, but like what they're saying holds up to time. Because sometimes you're like, even if this is like progressive for its time, it's a very of its time title. So I'm very interested to see like later on in the game how you're feeling. If you're like, this could have been made today, obviously with different graphics and different controls or whatever aside, this story itself and the beats and the themes of it, if it feels like this could stand the test of time, I'd really be interested to hear next time we come back to it. If you've made any progress.
I'll try. I haven't even downloaded the next few chapters yet, but I will.
I think what it does so well, and I can't speak to the trans experience, but I think what it does so well is it really is an authentic queer homecoming experience.
Feels very, it feels
yeah.
it's just so nuanced, and there's beauty, and then there's pain and bitterness and confusion and a lot of fear too. Like, what are people gonna think? Like, but absolutely ready to stand up for himself. But definitely just a bit wary of every single person that he meets.
I think it was definitely like, you can tell that like trans people worked on the game actively too, because it's very much. I think it's gonna be authentic for quite a long time. I haven't played it since it came out.
And even then, like one trans person's experience is not every trans person's experience.
Exactly.
This is and intense, and remember, it is a supernatural. There's a supernatural aspect to all of this.
Totally.
I think
So we'll see.
It kind of takes a back seat. Correct me if I'm wrong. It kind of takes a back seat though, comparatively to like Life is Strange, where that's kind of the whole conceit is that Max can kind of move time. And that's like the whole conceit of it. Whereas like Tell Me Why is the homecoming experience, but then behind the scenes there's like mysterious things happening. But
yeah, well, I mean, the supernatural aspect is that they can see and visualize each other's memories.
That's right.
And they can also speak telepathically. I don't know if there's anything else, but it's kind of like your way of like investigating is going through these memories and learning things and then questioning people. So
yeah. And it's only 3 episodes comparatively to the 5 of Life is Strange, which is, I think, a better way to do that, because it trims everything that's like, okay, we could have done without this, we could have done without that. You know, it really focuses in on that story. So it makes every single moment hit a little bit harder, like it's much more important. From what I played.
There we go.
So, yeah.
That's it for me.
Thanks, Monty, for your games. And thank you, Artie. We didn't say thank you to Artie, so thank you to Artie.
I'm not gonna say thank you to Artie.
Oh, okay.
No, thank you to Artie for continuing to push on while I was panicking.
Thank you, Artie.
All right, we'll move over to Rabbit.
Rabbit.
Hello. Yes. So my game that I played recently is called The Boba Tea Shop, and I'm a big fan of this game because it's like it combines a lot of different aspects of like I don't know. Have you guys ever played like what's that game called? Doki Doki Literature Club.
Of course.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
we
It's like
have.
a
we
much
have.
more condensed version of like that kind of. You think you're getting into one game, but actually you're getting surprised by the horror aspect of it. And I feel like it did it in a much more condensed, bite-sized game. I want to say it's like a $5 game, and it's very, narrative driven, but it's also like any other sim game. It's like, okay, so you're running this boba tea shop, and you're starting it up, and you're like interacting with customers and stuff, and some of them are assholes, and then weird stuff starts happening. Like someone jumps off of a building, and you see that happening in the background while you're serving customers, and you're just like, what the fuck?
Oh.
Yeah.
And then after that event, things get like exponentially worse. But there's a couple jump scares in there, and if anyone who's not a big fan of horror wants to get into something that's a very low commitment that you can kind of get done and be done with it, not something you're gonna have to play for hours, I highly recommend this game. It's good bite-sized horror. And it was fun. I enjoyed it, truly. Yeah, there's one part where they mix, like, I guess, the memory aspect of, like, you have to remember the drink while something is, like,
Like approaching.
Yeah, basically, you're like, oh, fuck, I gotta make this
Okay.
drink, but my heart is beating through my ears.
When I
So,
was-
yeah, lots of fun.
When I was putting together this graphic for you, I see Undertale Tavern. I was like, oh, boba tea shop, probably like nice, like cozy fun game where you're like making something. I look it up and I see that face. That face is
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah. Yeah.
When I
It's
saw
on there.
Rabbit's list as well, I was like, Boba Tea Shop, that sounds adorable. And then I see this graphic, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh.
Yeah.
Like, hell yeah, adding that to my Steam right now. Like,
Yeah,
I
literally.
I caught the tail end of a stream where Germa was playing it, and I was like, ooh,
Oh,
Okay.
classic.
good.
Yeah.
But yeah, today I've been playing Ale and Tail Tavern, and this is like a fixed first person. It's like a tavern sim game basically, and it gives you a lot of stuff, kind of in the same breath as like what you do in Stardew Valley. You get a lot of options to do stuff, and it's throwing things at you as you're learning the ropes, and then you kind of just do what you want to like earn up money, and then you unlock things by getting more money, etc., etc. It's a little jank, and it was giving me motion sickness. Turning off motion blur and Bob helped a lot, but I really wish, I feel like a game like this should be have an option for like third perspective. But also it is multiplayer. I was playing it solo, but it's got four people, a 4-player lobby option. And I can see why that would be kind of fun to have like a little lobby of your friends get together and you guys are all trying to juggle these tasks to get, I think it starts out and you're making oatmeal, barley oatmeal, and ale with corn. And you're basically like using raw ingredients and stuff and serving that all out. So it's kind of stressful if you like run out of shit and it's like there's customers waiting. I have to go make some more fucking oatmeal. But yeah,
I do love those games. It's
I bet
so
it's
fun.
a good time multiplayer.
But it's kind of
Yeah.
like Played Up or Overcooked, where it's like,
Yeah.
can you go,
Yeah,
you go get the
they're so
corn
fun.
and
Also,
Yeah.
you get randomly attacked by like zombies and there's weird
Oh!
stuff. Like you can explore pretty
I was
far.
not
it's
like, come out of your mouth!
so
It's a very like World of Warcraft like visual aesthetic. Like the zombies look
Awesome.
like something you would fight in World of Warcraft, and all of the customers look like that too. But yeah, it all feels kind of random. It's interesting. I'm not sure how I feel about it, but I've been enjoying it. Kind of grinding it out. And yeah, for my last game, I have never touched Deltarune. And I feel like like never has there been a better time for me to jump into that now that it's just been released, and we're going back all the way through Undertale again. So I have that all fresh in my mind because it's my understanding that Deltarune exists in the same world or is related to the story of Undertale in some way. But I don't know anything to spoil, and I don't want to be spoiled, so I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yeah, same. I did buy it after after playing a little bit,
Yeah.
so I'm excited. I wanted to inquire about the boba tea shop.
Yeah.
Because are there any like sort of like themes in the horror elements, or is it more of just like this is straight up like trying to scare you, and it's a management game of like trying to avoid being scared and
No, so it's a
and
little more nuanced. It's got what is it called? It's kind of playing on the strengths of mental health
Okay.
combined with supernatural. So it's like her experience is the horror. I don't know what you call that. It's a genre like
psychological horror sort of.
psychological horror. It's definitely starts out psychological horror, and you can tell it's like your POV is a person who is under a lot of stress and pressure and is constantly dealing with like like just the stress of like doing her job correctly and making sure that her business succeeds. And there are things that happen even before the supernatural things start happening where you're like, is she okay?
Interesting.
So yeah, it's both.
Yeah, it's a lot like the Chiller's Art game, The Convenience Store. Oh,
okay,
The Night Shift, I think it is. The Night Shift. The one where you work in like a Starbucks. Oh, sorry, off-brand Starbucks.
Okay.
And yeah, it's the same kind of thing, you've got customers coming in, you're serving them food, some creepy things start happening. And again, that's a nice little like short contained little horror adventure. So like Rabbit, if you liked the Boba Tea Shop, you'll probably really like the Night Shift. Yeah, and PW said that as well, so
sweet.
I feel like this like what's hitting me is somebody who used to work customer service like in the retail type industry. It does kind of like make you feel like the anxiety of it looks like it makes you feel the anxiety of like dealing with customers while also trying to, especially if you're the manager at the business, right, trying to make it go. The profit deals with that as well. So it's an interesting take to see, and I can't wait to play it.
Sorry, just to correct, I think it was The Convenience Store was the game PW mentioned.
Yeah, I think that they both it shares elements with
this.
kind of both of them. So I think if you played
Okay,
one of
they're
them,
both
either
very
one of
similar.
them, you'd get kind of the same kind of enjoyment out of both of them. So
Okay.
put both on the list.
I'm excited to hear your thoughts on Deltarune, Rabbit, because you seem like someone. I can't wait for the second half of this conversation when we get into Undertale, because Rabbit, I really can't wait, because you're like, temper your expectations a little bit, but I fucking love this game, so I'm excited to hear your thoughts on it.
Yeah.
After we get to the Undertale discussion, I want to ask like how many people are likely to play Deltarune after.
Oh yeah, we got
so
it in
far.
next week's questions.
Absolutely.
I think we already have
It's a good question to ask.
Yeah, it's a question for probably once we've done the end of it, whether or not people will go onto it. So
wonder what happens, because I will right now, but I wonder if there's literally anything that is left in the game where I'm like, actually that changed it for me. No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think so.
It'll be interesting. Yeah.
Crows, real quick, what was the game you mentioned that the Boba Shop reminded you of?
The Night Shift.
Hold on, I'll put it in chat. I have
I
have a Steam page open up.
Those art stuff is really
There's a couple that show up on Steam, so I'm just wondering if
a lot of the Chiller's Art
the right
games are
one.
really good. You'd probably actually really dislike
Oh, it's
all of them.
Is that okay?
So
As soon as you said their name, now I remember. Yeah.
Is it the closing shift?
possibly,
could be.
yeah.
Hold on. I know
It's been a
Yeah,
while
it
since
looks
I've
like
seen
yeah.
it, so yeah.
It's the closing
Fair.
shift.
Yeah.
The Chillos art comes out
Okay,
for
yeah.
that one on Steam.
Giovanni, you just
No.
served face for a second. You just mocked us.
Oh, I was giggling.
Let's do it again.
I was giggling.
Yeah.
Like, what is this game?
Also,
Yeah.
I should.
Yeah.
put
I mean,
these-
look,
Thank you for the
Yeah.
recommends. Yeah, I really enjoyed this one, so
Yeah.
I would love more like that.
yeah. If,
Brad,
if
would you recommend all three of these games? Or I guess Sans Delta Room.
I'm familiar with the Bubba Tea Shop, but I will play the other two for
Okay.
sure.
Yeah, you'll probably love it. It's very similar vibes, I think. So
Hell yeah.
Thank
And
you,
Bubba Tea
Red.
Shop.
yeah, thank
Bubba
you,
Tea
Rabbit.
Shop is on sale right now. But thank you, Red.
Oh yeah,
We love games
it's on
on
sale,
sale.
guys.
20%
Double
off in
subscribe.
America, at least.
It's $4.
Yeah. All right, Sean, the floor is yours.
Oh, my turn. Um,
Also, Sean, before you start, this is totally off topic, and I swear I'm so sorry. Are these new glasses?
they're blue light glasses.
They're
but
so
yes,
nice. I like them so much.
thank you.
Yeah.
They do look
They
nice.
have been doing the trick because I haven't been able to like be on the computer for a while. So,
Yeah,
They
they're
help.
good.
They do.
thank you.
Hmm.
I have been playing. While we were talking, I remembered a third game that we were playing, but I can save that for next week.
Yeah, you
But
can mention it.
I've been playing The Wandering Village because I got a key for that, and I also saw. I originally heard of it and had it wishlisted because of Longy, and it's a base builder kind of game on the back of like this kind of dinosaur type animal, and you kind of have to learn how to live in harmony on its back while surviving, and it's been a really fun game. It's cute. I really like the art. It's like it kind of looks like a pop-up book, like a little pop-up story, especially when you zoom in, and then when you zoom out the art's a little bit more detailed, and there's like 3 views, and the most viewed out also, the most zoomed out also kind of looks like a pop-up book. But that's been a fun one to play. I don't typically play base builders, so it's kind of been selling me on them.
Yeah, I played the demo
The
of
art's
it a while ago and loved it. So I'll
It's a
second.
good game.
I'll second your comments on it.
Yeah, I've seen this on a couple like Day of the Devs and like other like wholesome direct. I didn't even know it was out, so that's awesome.
Yeah, Press Engine right now is like that's where you got it, right, Sean? I'm assuming Press Engine because
I got it from Dare Drop.
Okay.
So I'm doing like challenges for it, but then right after I got it from Dare Drop, it launched on Press Engine.
Sick. Yeah, it looks very like I feel like it would be very nice in the world of Avatar. Like it looks like it would fit very nicely in the world of
Ooh.
Avatar. Like especially like with like the turtle, the giant
Yeah.
turtle, you know?
You're actually so right. Yes, it does fit that. It does kind of remind me of the tortoises that were like the
Mhm.
first life forms. Maybe that's
That's
why I
so
like
cool.
it so much.
Yeah, it's like Zunatia. Yeah.
It reminds me of the start of Xenoblade, where it's like, yeah, these big giant gods are fighting each other, and you're living on it. You know, like I like that little
Well-
conceit. You know,
Well, actually, it's
like-
like it's more like Discworld, and the dinosaur is on a turtle's back, flying through space. So
It's like Howl's Moving Castle.
okay, okay. I can't believe
okay.
I can't believe none of you got that.
I
Discworld
literally
reference.
said the One Piece reference, and you were I knew you were not paying attention, or you were looking off because like Crows, I threw this right at you. It's the One Piece reference.
Okay,
I
I was
had
thinking
no
about
idea.
Discworld, but that's
I know.
and if you
Discworld.
yeah, the Terry Pratchett books.
Was that a One Piece thing?
No, it's Terry Pratchett
Oh.
books, and the Earth is a flat like circle on the back of 4 elephants on a turtle that flies through space.
See, I
B.O.B.
love that stuff. That stuff's so cool.
B.O.B.
all these references flying right over my head.
Yeah.
Sean, you know
Yeah.
the reference.
Yep.
I'm lost.
B.O.B. loves a flat circle.
All right.
Oh.
I have trauma with B.O.B., so let's not.
Fair enough.
It's like a spaceship flying through the night sky. I know. I could really use a wish right now. That's all I'm gonna say.
All right, all right.
Oh, brother.
Someone take the cane. Someone take the cane and get him out of
Yep.
here.
Get him out of here.
Exit stage right.
You can believe that airplanes.
You chase a bunny away. You dumb it.
Bonnie, get back in there. Bonnie, get back in there.
Incredible.
That's
My
the end of
other
this.
game is. Oh.
No, Sean, sorry. Go ahead.
I am gonna play more of it because I like it. And I still have a dare to do. The other game I've been playing is Kingdom 2 Crowns. There's multiple expansions to it, and I feel like I'm gonna get all of them, but it's a side scroller pixel art. It's kind of it's another base builder actually, and I started it on mobile even though I have it on my Switch. But I had it for free on mobile, and I said, I'm going to try it there. And I've been playing it on my phone almost exclusively. You are, you start off the game with, a little ghost of the previous king, or queen, and it, leads you and tells you how to start a kingdom, and you have these little workers who you drop coins to build up your base. You want to get your defenses up because there's these little gremlins who come every night called the greed. They'll steal your money. So that's the whole idea of the game is to defeat greed while building up a great nation, and as you build up each island you can build a boat and travel around and continue to expand your kingdom. That has been a really fun one. I've logged a lot of mobile hours on that one.
What I wanted to ask Sean, because you're somebody who I feel like it's hard to crack on what games are oh yeah, this is my stuff right here, you know? With the city builder and just the base building management genre, is that something that's capturing you you feel in this moment, or do you feel like that's something that you're oh, now that I know this, I'm gonna get into things like City Skylines or SimCity or in other management games in general?
I am a huge Stardew Valley fan, so I have always and Animal Crossing. So I've always liked those base building, crafting management games.
Mhm.
There's something real turn your brain off about them that I enjoy, but I don't know how to define my taste in games still.
Yeah.
I think I just have a moment for different types of games that I like.
From the outside looking in, I know it's a very much an aesthetic thing too. You really enjoy games that just capture you from the looks right away. It seems not Grease. What's the other one? Neva.
Yeah.
Right. You love that game. You know, it seems Spiritfarer is another one. Just these beautiful. Just beautiful art. It seems like it's very cool to do, because it always seems like one of the first things that you always mention that you like about the game. You're like, oh, this looks beautiful. Oh, this looks cool.
Yeah.
You're very much about the world and the aesthetic and the atmosphere. I think.
I'm a sucker, especially for a pixel art game. But if the art is pretty, I am more likely to give a game a chance. I just like really beautiful games.
Yeah, Sean, if you're in your if you're in your city builder base builder era, and you're really enjoying the picture book aspect of the Wandering Village, I do have a recommendation for you, and it's called Fabledom.
Yes?
I'll pop it in.
Oh my gosh, I have that.
You have that?
And I'm starting it next.
I love Fabledom. I picked it up when the early access was out and played it pretty much all the way through. I've logged so many hours in it. Love it. So it's a city builder that's very fairy tale based. There's a lot of fairy tale references. Really cute little people, really cute little buildings.
It's 50% off on Steam right now.
Even better, even better. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So
I was watching Longy play that as well.
yeah, you can
I
romance
think
in
that's
it too.
why I've been in. That might be why I'm on my base builder, because Longy has been playing a lot of base builders, and those have kind of been getting me. But I've had Fabled for a while from Humble Bundle, and it looked really pretty. I like the picture book looking
Yeah.
style of it.
Yeah, no, I love
very
Fabledom.
like, what's that? Squire. What's the Squire game?
Plucky Squire.
Plucky Squire. Like, it made me think of that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, Tank, I fully recommend Fabledom. I love it. I love it. I've spent a very long time playing it. So
Actually have a couple other recommendations as well, kind of like honing in on your tastes. I think pixel art wise and management wise, the first Moonlight, is it Moonlight? Yeah, Moonlighter, where it's very, very much like Dave the Diver, but if it were like a Zelda game. So you're going into different dungeons and you'll collect certain things, and then during the night you go back and sleep and then wake up, and just before you go out you can choose to open up your store, and then you set the prices for how much they go for, and you kind of have to manage that to be like, okay, you don't want it to be overpriced, but you don't want it to be underpriced in that way, so that people will keep coming to your store. That game is super phenomenal, goes on sale quite often for like $5. So I highly recommend that. It's also like, I mean, it's been free a lot of times too. And then the other one that just came out, I can't remember if it was this year or last year, but Wanderstop is a game that came out, and it deals with burnout in a way. So essentially the story is this warrior has their first time where they get defeated. Like they're a acclaimed warrior. They have like gone on many adventures, but this was the first time that they have failed in their adventure, and they land at this tea shop basically, and you just have to learn to make tea and deal with burnout and have like mindfulness. And it's like, I think if you're into that sort of decompression, I think that there's probably a story there. I haven't finished it myself, so I don't exactly know where it goes. But I feel like that story is very much akin for, especially for a creative. I feel like it's going to be very cathartic.
yeah, and that has a demo, so you can give it a try.
Mm-hmm.
I've watched like a fair amount of playthrough of Wander Shop. That's also on my list. Also a pretty game, and
For
a
sure.
POC protagonist, which
Yeah.
I also is like a factor in games that I play. If there's a femme who's BIPOC, then I'm there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm putting both these.
Yeah, and Sean, you said you had
Down
one that
below.
wasn't in the graphic that you wanted to chat about, so feel free to.
What is it called again? Atrio. That's another base builder. And it's like the name is based on like your like the word for heart. You're like a robot who gets like dropped in the darkness, and your goal is to light up the area slowly. By and to produce, ultimately your goal is to produce mushrooms that keep you alive. They're what power like your battery. That's a fun one. It's challenging though, because you have to like be careful of not going in the darkness, because you have things that can kill you, and then there are things that can come out of the darkness that can kill you. It doesn't like end the game for you. You just like, it's like keeps producing new robots. It's just like a system. There's like infinite number of robots, which I think is cool, that I don't have to like restart every time I die, which is like something that would make me quit.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that looks sick.
Yeah,
it's a
the
very pretty game as well.
I totally blanked. Like that Kingdom game, I did get it because one of the things I really love. I have like a mixed feeling about pixel art sometimes, but one thing that I really love is like a minimalist design. So like, there's like, because I think sometimes for me, like I love the pixel art, but it feels like there's almost like too much aesthetically. So one of the reasons why I like, which is kind of funny to say this in the same breath, but like it's why I like Blasphemous, because there's a lot of like negative space and it draws attention to like these beautiful drawings and stuff. And since it's like I don't, would you say side scroller? I guess it's like kind of
Yeah, it's Metroidvania.
yeah. And I think the thing that I like about that is that you're always focusing on the middle and the landscapes are changing around you. So I feel like it makes it to me much more palatable for this type of game. But yeah, I'm really excited to play this game. It's one of the ones I have on my list to do for sure.
It's cute. It's not overwhelming. Very good
No.
turn off your brain game.
Haunting soundtrack too.
Yeah.
All right.
I think when a game gets a little, like if it's too hard to maintain, that's kind of where I fall off a lot of times.
Yeah, there's definitely like those hardcore ones like Zomboid, like Project Zomboid, where it's just like
so
God,
best.
that there's so much of that just intrigues me, but I know I'll never be into it because it's got so much to it.
Yeah.
You guys should play Blasphemous, by the way. I forgot to say.
It's on my I have it on my Steam.
It's on my Switch. I have not started it.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Say
abusive.
Last of Us?
Blasphemous.
Blasphemous. Okay.
Blasphemous 1 or 2. 2 is like obviously going to be a bit more polished gameplay wise, but I think it is. We're on Sean's turn. I'll yap about this. It is just it's such beautiful imagery. It's awesome.
That is a game that I bought just off of the art alone. I saw it and I said, well, I'm playing this. I didn't really know anything. I bought 2 first because I really liked how it looked. And then 1 went on sale. So I have a lot like backlog, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Did you want to mention anything else, Sean?
No, I think that's everything I can remember.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Sean.
Thank you, Sean.
Right.
Great games.
Yeah, Shoddy, we'll move over to you.
Oh,
It's
I'm
your
on the
turn
spot.
to be big.
6 piece.
Oh, look at that. So I'm gonna start with the big gorilla in the room, and that is Donkey Kong. Is he a gorilla? Do we know if he's a gorilla? They say he's a monkey sometimes in the. He's like a donkey.
I think he's donkey.
He's donkey. But Donkey Kong Bonanza, of course, just came out on the 17th of this month, and yeah, I think I'm enjoying my time with it. It's one of my favorite like 3D platformers of all time. In fact, my favorite 3D platformer of all time is Mario Odyssey. I think that game is just so solid. I think it's each moon feels like it's so worth it to get, and they challenge you in such an interesting way every single time. And I just adore that game, and I to the point where I've been searching for a 3D platformer that scratches that itch since that game released. And I think that it's just so hard, especially to find something that's not Nintendo that is that polished and that design heavy. And I think Donkey Kong Bonanza comes really close. I think the problem you have with Donkey Kong Bonanza is the fact that when everything is destructible, it also leads to you can't really hard design anything around something. It's just like it's much like the latest Zelda games, right? Where you have all this stuff that you can do, but there's not really things that you should do. And I think in Zelda that works in the approach because it feels natural. Whereas like Donkey Kong Bonanza, the only thing you can do is smash, which is fun. Don't get me wrong, Donkey Kong Bonanza, after all these things I'm going to say, is very fun. I think it's a great 3D platformer. I think it's wonderful. I think I'm looking at it through an eyes of, this is a studio that made my favorite 3D platformer, and I think that is doing it a disservice, because it is not Mario. I'm still very early on. I mean, maybe I've only put like 6 hours into this, so I'm like, this is also from a very beginner perspective. I so I think like, and they have like separate things like Mario, where it's like you can go off to a different set of the world where it's very honed in and much more of the 3D platformer that I enjoy. And there's so many things, traversal things, and the new abilities you get, the Bonanza powers, I think are super cool. But it just hasn't grabbed me in that way. I'm kind of waiting for it to grab me in the way that Mario Odyssey did. And it hasn't quite hit me there. I think the other thing is, because there's so much going on, it does, for me, like I feel like I was getting sick playing it initially. I had to turn a couple of they do have a couple of accessibility settings, which is wonderful. They have turn off motion blur, turn off the shaking screen. So it did lead me to be able to play it a lot more. But the game fundamentally is Nintendo fun. It is so much fun. I think it's a wonderfully designed game, especially for the constraints that you can't put on it. With it being just like such a malleable world. But I'm interested to see how they evolve that, because as it stands right now, every single world kind of feels the same. Where it's like, okay, this is just a playground for you to smash. And it's fun and it's great, but I don't see them changing the narrative on that, besides a couple of things. Again, this is still really early on. I beat Mario Odyssey, so I kind of have that in the back of my head, and I think separating it entirely will lead me to enjoy it. Yeah. But after that, so I kind of bounced off of Donkey Kong for a second, because I'm like, I know I'm going to enjoy this at some point, but this isn't just what I need right now. So I finally started Another Crab's Treasure. Now this is from one of the studios who brought us Peak, Aggro Crab, and it is a studio that I really enjoy, because they also did, before Another Crab's Treasure, they did a game called Going Under, which is a Hades roguelike esque thing, but it's set in an office space, and every single one of the characters looks like office propaganda. They look like very like, hi, don't spend too much time at the drinking fountain, like that sort of art. And that game was so much fun when it came out. One of the first Switch games I remember buying. So I've got like a storied history with this studio, and especially because Peak, I've really liked the platforming in Peak. I am interested to see what they did with that, because I've heard that there's some platforming elements in Another Crab's Treasure. And it's very much, Another Crab's Treasure is like a Souls-like game at its heart, but it's also set underwater. Like it is, you are a crab who gets their shell stolen to pay for the taxes of the reef, and is just trying to get it back. And through a comedy of errors, you're going on this adventure, and it leads you to there's a mechanic in the game where you're finding different shells, and each one of those shells has different abilities and statuses. So like you'll walk around and you'll be like, oh well, there's a soda can, I can have that as a shell, and they all have durability, and they all will break. But each one of them provides like the strategy of like, oh, I'm gonna use this one, but it's lower health, but it's got this ability, and I want to use this. It's also a very funny game. I think that it starts out and like literally the tax man that comes is like one of those the shark heads that you like buy at the dollar store where you're just like rah, rah. And it's so cute, so funny. And he's got like this bowler cap on. He's just like, hey kid, I need your taxes, you haven't paid your taxes. And yeah, it just captured me a lot. I think the gameplay can be a little rough at times. I think especially the platforming uh feels like, oh okay, well why didn't I make that, you know? Or oh, there's little design decisions that I'm like, I'm not a huge fan of that, but it's something I can get across or move past because it is such a charming game. And I'm glad I'm finally getting around to it. So that is another Crab's Treasure. Um, and then for my last game, a game that I've been wanting to play for quite some time with some friends, just because it looked like a silly time, you know. At the very least, it was one of those games that, was just gonna be a fun night. But I actually was much more surprised with it, and that is Backrooms Escape Together. Now, last night I played this with Leadbelly Luffy and Artie the Gamer. We were looking for games to play, and finally, I broke Luffy. I'm like, I'll just buy you this game. Like, if you don't like it, whatever. Like, we'll be fine. And so we started the game and played it, and the in-depth things that they do with each level is so interesting. From like I'm used to games. There's a game called Labyrinthine that I'm used to, where it's very much it's nice because it's like it's got much more different levels, but you're doing the same thing every single time. You're going in, you're looking for a certain thing, and then you're getting away from the monster, and that's it. Whereas this game really surprised me with the variety of in which you do that. You start out in like the normal, when people think of back rooms, that's what you start out in. And it's just basically you're hiding from this monster, and you have to capture it on camera, and then there's like the blackout, and then you collect tape. So it's like, oh, I thought this was going to be the whole thing. And as we go on, like there's the hand monster level where like you're having to close the door. There's like a jail, and you're having to close the doors behind you in order to stop the monster from getting you, because there's no place to hide. So it's like there's little mechanics like that. Or there's a certain game, I don't even want to spoil it because it's so cool. There's a level that is just so different from anything I've ever experienced from one of these games, that I was shocked that it was in there. I will say the mechanic itself that it plays with did get a little bit frustrating at times, because it doesn't really give you a concise idea of what to do. So it took me a while, but it's just such a cool game, and it's in early access right now. If you like horror games and it's up to 6 people can play. If you like horror games and you like kind of like just vibing with your friends and like getting scared, I had a valid crash out at the end of the game last night when Artie and I were playing. There was a monster, and it's like you have to find a certain door to. It's like there's a currency that you have where it's like you have to get these coins, and in order to open a door you need a coin. And I had found the exit door finally, but I didn't have a coin, so I went to go get a coin, and this is like after an hour and a half of trying to get this level done, and I find the coin, and I can't find the door anymore, and I only have the one coin. And the monster comes when the power goes out. And so I'm like hiding. At this point, like I've trivialized the monster. And I've just like, buddy, I know where the doors are open. I can just go back to the door and hide, and then I'll be fine. So at this point, I was teasing the monster. And I was like listen, fuck you, buddy. I'm gonna make it through this. I'm gonna be able to get through this. You can't stop me. And so I get through it. The power goes out immediately when I after I say that, and I try to run back to where the hiding point is, and it stops me and it kills me after an hour and a half of doing stuff. And I mean, there's also the pressure of the fact that it was like 7 a.m. when I was doing this, so I was like, I just want to go to bed. I want this to be done. And I physically pushed my mic and it hit my PC, and I clipped it. You can hear it in the clip, and I alt F4'd immediately. It was, but having said that,
It's really
great
funny.
game. It's so much.
It's
It's
really
so
funny.
much fun. I had
guys
so
finish
much
it,
fun,
though?
and I would have.
No,
No,
we have one level left.
that's literally the last level too. But
No,
if
there's
any
more
of
after
y'all,
this, but you
is
got
there-
really close. Yeah,
Ah,
yeah.
damn.
It's
Uh,
this one, and then it's like the exclamation one.
Oh hell yeah!
We run it
Yeah,
back
we
after
still have one
this.
more
We
after
run it
this.
back
I'm
after
telling
this.
you, if any one of you want to play with us, please. It's
Literally.
so much fun. It's so
I
much
would be
fun.
so down to join you guys.
Oh, it's
I think I have it as done.
It's
Uh,
also Thunderstorm moddable. Sorry, Shotty, go ahead.
yeah. Absolutely. I didn't even know that. That's awesome. But yeah, I'm so excited because it is early access. Like it feels like in a way like I expected to have like what we call fuck ass games. I expected to just be like, okay, well this is gonna be a normal scary game. We're gonna have scares. We're gonna have laughs. But I can honestly, especially if this game gets more updated, I can honestly see us playing this game for quite a while. Because it's just so much fun, and they have the harder difficulty as well. And it's just something I love about co-op games that are like this is the clips that you can get out of it, and just like the memories of like, oh, remember when that happened? Peak, we talked about last time, where it was like Peak is just such a great game for that because there's so much funny things happening at every single point. I will say it's not as good as Peak, not even close to as good as Peak in that way. But man, it's just there. I got so many clips from that. And it's just so funny, and it looks so good too, like especially if you put on the camera filter. It looks like you're in the back rooms almost, I think it's Unreal Engine 5 too. So yeah, like this is like far and away the best backrooms game I've ever played.
And it's
So-
all procedurally generated, so every time you
Oh,
die,
really?
it's a fresh start.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Which is, yeah, it is. So like every time we died, the map was different. So it kept
Mhm.
things really fresh, and I think it's gonna be good for replayability because it's
Yeah.
not gonna be the same thing, the same puzzles every single time.
For sure.
What I will say too, this is like, if you think backrooms, like you do think like, oh, this is like a Gen Z meme. Like you think like this is
Mhm.
like Roblox. Like you there's like a very preconceived notion that I came into it with. I was like, okay, well this is gonna be like, frankly, like I was like, okay, this is gonna be like a Zort in backrooms.
Yes.
It shocked me. Like I can fully say I was completely wrong about this game. Like, because like there's a million backrooms games. Like if you look up backrooms right now, you'd have hard narrowing down which one we're playing because there's so many to pick from.
Yeah.
And I think the thing that like the level that Shotty's talking about was such a jarring difference in terms of like something you would expect from this type of game that I sat up in my chair. I'm like, oh my god, dude, like this is like a concept like that you barely see in like extremely polished games. It's like, what is this doing in here? And then I'm like on the level with the hand, the chase aspect, while there were
Yeah.
some bugs, admittedly,
Yeah.
early access game, we can forgive those. I will say the objectives and everything, aside from that one level that Shotty's talking about, which I think is supposed to be intentionally
Yeah.
nebulous
Obtuse.
in what you're supposed to do, exactly.
For sure.
I think everything else there was extremely direct. If you
Mhm.
wanted a directive, it's right there. All three of them on the screen. They update each time, so it's not.
Yeah.
It's not like already said.
It's not obtuse to
procedure-
what you need to do in terms
Yep.
of like I knew what I need to do in that level. It's just like, okay, how? Because of the way they present it.
The thing
And
is
good-
also
good
nice too is that
replayability.
the objectives change every time you play too.
Truly.
So like you're never gonna
Oh.
have the same experience because like the first time it was like, oh, record this and this, and when the pipe
Yeah.
like the power goes out and whatever, and the next time like we all died, it was like, oh, this is all new tasks
Yeah.
and it's all new map. Like there's a lot of life we can get out of it. I think.
Yeah.
For
And-
sure.
I think one of the most important parts we've had this conversation about friend slot versus friend like. One of the main things that this game you would expect it to do, but it does not do. It doesn't farm moments. Like I don't
No.
feel like I'm here for like we had in-game prox chat. It was actually very good, lossless.
Mhm.
Like it was
Yeah, the VOAP is
instantaneous.
really good.
Really good. And it does, like, don't get me wrong, I screamed so loud it woke up people like not even close to the same room I am multiple times. But aside from like one or two moments, like you're like, oh, I'm loving this objective. You can
Yeah.
ask Artie and Shoddy, dead silent in the call, like, oh, Luffy's locked in, and I'm
Yeah.
like head toward the camera, I'm like, W
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
Literally.
like what was happening? Like, yeah, exactly. You know, it was so
It
fun.
but it leans much
Mostly
more
you fell
friends
asleep,
like.
yeah.
Yeah, I was tired.
Yeah,
out.
you were in a
I got all
trance.
tuckered out. I
It,
got all
it
tuckered
was,
out.
it was really late. To be fair, it was really late.
Yeah, it was
my,
just funny.
my nervous system once we got to the next level after that was such a dump that I just fell asleep in my chair, woke
Yeah.
up. It said I have 14 hours playtime, buddy. I had 9. I was sleeping.
Yeah.
I was sleeping.
Yeah, we like steadily played. Like we didn't hop
Yeah.
off or anything. We steadily played for all that time, like not the
Yeah, we
9
kicked
hours
you
or
and
whatever.
then kept going.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know.
We can start. Honestly, I'm fine with starting over. Like this would be
Oh,
fun. To,
absolutely.
like,
we don't know if
we
it's
can
saved
get a-
either, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly.
We never find out that answer if the game saves. So
But it's oh god, it's so much fun. I think it leans much more to like friends like than it does friends slop. Although it
Yeah.
does have a lot of friend slop moments. I feel like the objectives are very clear and they're like, oh my god, I need to get like in the hand level. It's like I need to get some more electrical tape, and someone's already at the end goal. They're like, we need electrical tape, and once we get 2 electrical tape, we can get out of here. So it's very collaborative in that way as well.
I was gonna say the main thing that you would not expect from a backrooms game is novelty, right? Like you're like, this is every single thing. Like we even knew the motifs of certain levels. We're like, oh, this is the backrooms level. There's the smiler guy that's gonna come out and like peekaboo at you. You know, like it's not, you're like not expecting novelty, and all of a sudden the second half of the game, boom, it literally French fries your computer. You're like, wait, what's happening? And all of a sudden you're in. Again, Shotty's right. Do not spoil it.
Yeah.
You'll
It's
see
so
it.
good though.
You'll
It's
be
so
like-
it's
good.
great.
You'll know immediately. You're like, okay, so this is different. This is not run of the mill. Like this is, and to be fair, Shotty, you bought the game. You've been excited for the game. There's no way you thought that type of level was in the game. right?
No, the
No.
thing is, I'm so shocked. I thought it was gonna be fun. I thought it was gonna be a fun time with friends. I like the backrooms. I like the backrooms conceit. Honestly, it's just like so interesting, like the different levels that you can get with it, and like the lore behind that. I've always kind of liked that. But no way in hell did I think we would be like, oh, there's a part I don't want to spoil. Like, there's no way in hell I would have thought that before playing the
Exactly.
game. But like, God, there's just so many cool mechanics in the game. I don't want to hype it up too much. It is still a backrooms game. Like, it's not like the best game ever, but it's a lot of fun. Like, if you're looking for a scary game to play with friends, it's a lot of fun. And 6 players too, which is wonderful.
Listen, y'all know I'm a hater. Y'all know I'm
yeah.
a hater, right? You know I'm a hater. And I didn't hate the fuck ass game.
And he liked
This
it.
should tell you a lot. This should tell
Yeah.
you a lot.
We did genuinely play for 5 hours last
You
night.
generally love a good fuck ass game, though.
It
Yeah.
really depends
This was
if I go in
different.
thinking it's fuck ass. This one,
Yeah.
Shotty, you can ask Shotty. Shotty had to break me down. Shotty's
Yes.
like every couple months, like,
Yep.
we are.
Yeah. We could play backrooms
looking
together.
beautiful today. Would you like to play backrooms together today? Literally. I was like,
I truly think it's a disservice to call it just Backrooms Escape Together, because it leads you to believe it's one of the fuck ass games, but you can just play it together. Like,
I thought it was a cash
so
grab.
much more
you
than
know?
that. It feels like a cash grab, but then it goes back to the old stuff.
It goes
Not
back
this
to the
type of
old
stuff.
type of stuff. Not this type of stuff.
Anyways, that's a little inside joke. But yeah, like I would 100% love to run it with any one of y'all, even if we after this, like it'd be so much fun. So
Beautiful.
Yeah,
Any
that's my
any
games.
final thoughts?
The oh yeah, well, the only thing
Nope.
I do have is just briefly mention I'm continuing my playthrough with Death Stranding 2, trying to win 100%. That game is so much fun. Talking about Sean talking about like the city builder, the management. That's what I love about Death Stranding, and I'm loving it still. I think I'm like 75 hours in. And then Luffy on the recommendation. I've played, so little history, I've played all the Yakuza games except for the Judgment games and Ishin. Luffy gave me the recommendation to start Lost Judgment first, which is the second game in that series. I have to pull myself back from wanting to play just to start Judgment, because I am such a person. I'm like, I don't care if it doesn't tie in. I just want to play the game before and then go, because I know, and I can already feel it. I'm like, I don't know if I'll go back to Judgment, and I really want to play all of them. Like, how do I play all the Yakuza games and not play Judgment? Like, so I'm like, I'm kind of worried about that in Lost Judgment, but we'll see. I've only just started it, so I'm very like I've only just done the first thing, so I didn't even want to talk about it yet. But stay tuned on VGC if you want to hear more.
Yeah.
Thank you, Shadi.
Thank you, Shadi.
You're welcome.
All right, Luffy, over to you. And then I'm gonna dip real quick and turn my heater on, but you can do you.
I got you. I'll keep it quick. Gamers, hello. Hello. Thank you for your wonderful games today and your recommendations. I have 3 games that I want to talk about today, specifically Ghost of Tsushima, Hypnagogia, and Metal Gear Solid 2. Let's start with Ghost of Tsushima. I started this game because I played Death Stranding, and I wanted a narrative experience. I wanted like an RPG. I'm thinking of my time playing like Death Stranding, God of War, Last of Us. I want a PS title that is like an RPG, but it's more than that. Like I want open world. I want something like that. And I'll lead into a thought that I have for the next game I'll play after Ghost of Tsushima that is not Metal Gear Solid 2. But everything in my body was like, I need to play Ghost of Tsushima because I love the art style of it. I love the setting of it, the historical aspect of it. Sometimes you could like be hit or miss. Like sometimes there's fun historical parts of like Japanese history, and sometimes it's very boring, just flat out. I thought the take, or like not the take, the setting it in the Mongol invasion was very interesting because I do not know much about Mongol history or like what the armor is like. Like I know Genghis Khan, that's it, right? Like that's really it. I know Mongolian steppes, like the kind of terrain. I don't know what the Mongols like looked like in terms of like their armor and stuff. Very cool. It reminds me of like some sort of like Byzantine Empire or like ancient Persian armor where like the metal when they move forward goes in front of its face. It's like just lots of cool stuff like that. But the game is beautiful. It has very cool motifs, like your mom and your dad have both passed away at the time that we see the character, but they're represented in the game by like different elements. I won't spoil it because you'll understand more if you ever play the game. But this is also a game where I'm very much a main story, start to finish guy. Like I will sometimes do the additional deliveries in Death Stranding, or I'll sometimes take a pit stop if I'm very interested in it, or if it doesn't seem super inconvenient. This game does something just extremely simple, like really dead simple, but it's enough to get me traversing out, and I end up just falling in love with the world around me. And it's the fact that the enemies scale in a very good and clear way throughout the game, to the point where like when I start feeling overpowered, it'll be a boss fight and I'm like, oh, these enemies are hard again. This new enemy, what the hell is this? And it's pushing you because the game has a mechanic in it where if you go and like fight all these Mongol camps, which are side missions, if you go and fight them, if you defeat a leader, you get I forget what they call it, but you get 1 check mark to the next style of like fighting that you'll do. And just that, I'm like, oh, the next style is like, this will help me with the boss that's kicking my ass right now. Let me go do that. And then while I do that, I come across this place where it's like oh, like that's a cool song. Like what's happening? Oh my god, I can duel one of these guys that I fucking hate. You know, and pretty slowly I'm looking at the map and the whole fog of war is gone, and I'm waking up mentally 11 hours later like, oh, I just spent 12 hours playing a video game, sitting in a chair, just absorbed in it, just loving my time, and truly, that's what I'm looking for in video games right now is a long story experience. Ghost of Tsushima, I would recommend it to everybody. Go play it. Very fun combat, very fun story, very fun lore. Everything you would want from those type of games, it does and more. Ghost of Yote coming soon. We'll talk about that. Hypnagogia. Hypnagogia looks very beautiful, has a very interesting soundtrack. It, in certain elements, it reminds me of like old Mario 64, where like you'll go up to like, we were playing it just before I rated in, but like we went up to this one level where there was trees, and then you'll go like into a space and it's just tree print on like a wall instead of having trees there. So it's like it's very like low poly and silly, but at first it wasn't grabbing me. If I'm just being completely honest, it had an interesting enough title where I played it for an hour, but I started running into the issue of, oh, these NPCs, like they're saying one or two lines, that's it. Like, why should I care about them? Oh, like this like challenge, very simple. Go get the red diamond from this side of the map, bring it to the center. I'm like, oh, is it more like about looking at it? And then I played the level today, and it's starting to come together. Now we're getting more abilities. Now we're getting like we're getting more expository lore. So you're starting to like ramp up. I'm very excited for this game. I think it's worth a play. I think I would get it on sale and maybe take a look at the trailer. The art enough was alone to get me into it. I think the first couple levels, frankly, don't have a lot of challenge. I think for the average gamer, this would be something you could give to a kid though, would be beautiful because it's very simple tasks. I think for someone that is looking for maybe something more from the game than that, may not be, at least for the first couple levels, something you want. But I think this game has a lot of potential. I was playing it at the end of the stream. I'm going to play it later on today. I came back to it because I was like, no, there's something to this game that I haven't touched yet, and I think it's going to be beautiful. I'll give you guys my updates next VGC, though. Last game I want to talk about before I pass it over to Crows is Metal Gear Solid 2. I played Metal Gear Solid 1 right after I beat Death Stranding 2 because I was like, I'm in my Kojima brain. I need more Kojima. I need to. I'm like, I'm going crazy for Kojima right now, dude. I've read the biography. I'm watching the interviews. I'm watching the movie on Disney. Dude, I'm nuts about him right now. So I'm like, let me go to Metal Gear Solid 2, the game that almost everybody that really, really loves the Metal Gear Solid franchise says is the best game by far. And I keep on getting recommendations on my. I have a second Twitter that is like the Lead Belly Luffy name that's just has like gaming news and stuff, so it's just gaming content. And everything I see from Metal Gear accounts is like, oh my god, we're living in Metal Gear Solid 2 because it's like about how there's a group of people that are like changing the narrative on the world with like AI, and like you have deep fakes that are like controlling this stuff. Like it's called Guns of the Patriots. The Patriots is like this shadow organization with like an AI face. It's like influencing topics by essentially taking control of like the media and like amplifying certain messages and like decreasing the signal on ones that they don't want, which like, let's not to get too pointed, but that's X, right? Like that, like there's very direct corollary things here. There's like a lot of like ChatGPT like equivalent AI stuff, so it's extremely topical. I'm so excited to play that game because I think as soon as I do, I'm not gonna shut up about it. But those are my games that I'm playing right now. Crows, if you'd like to finish it up, I would love to hear what games you've been playing.
Yeah, sure. Does anyone have any comments for Luffy's games though? Like, we can take 5 minutes.
I just wanted to ask real quick about Ghost of Tsushima. Ghost of Tsushima is a game that I started quite a few times and just haven't gone back to. The one thing I have is I'm also like I wasn't super invested with the story. So, and it sounds like you are. Is the side stuff giving you more reason to want to invest in Jin's story and kind of that world, or is that like you know, like people talk about Witcher, where it is a game that is just like predicated on the side stuff? and fleshing out the world. How do you feel that differs from the previous games that, as you said, like previous games
Yeah.
you've played before?
So like, there's not like a direct comparison I could say. And it's so funny, I forgot to mention this. I think that this game is probably very similar to a game like Breath of the Wild, and which is I for whatever reason forgot to mention this at the end. Is I think the next game I'm going to play, because it I think for someone that is like interested in Japanese culture enough, I think you're gonna get some beautiful stuff about the art, how things are made. That I'm like, oh, this is rich. But then I'll come across this cool ass monk that has like this foot long, like not foot long, like 10-foot long like halberd, like the glaive or whatever. And I'm sending like, you'll see if you guys go to like the gaming part of the Discord, you'll see I just have a picture of the guy because I'm like, I just gotta remember what this guy looks like because he looks fucking cool as hell, dude. I got a foot long. Okay.
Thanks, Ronnie.
In terms of the side stuff, this game, not only like do I feel like it's incomplete, I feel like you are punishing yourself because you'll go off. This has happened to me, I'm not even joking, maybe 3 or 4 times, where I just go off and I kind of just fuck off and look for like because they give you on the map, the HUD will tell you these are the rewards you are going to get from this. When you go here and beat this mission, this is what you will get, which I like. So I'm not like guessing out. I'm like, oh, cool fucking armor set. Let me go out and do that. And I'm running along. All of a sudden, in this random marsh, surrounded by these beautiful red flowers, the sky, you all of a sudden come upon Dead Man's March, which is just this complete fog zone. You would not see it on the Fog of War. And you enter in a combat fight to your death, and you're like, this is just fucking, dude, this is just sitting here. This isn't even like a side one that's like kind of marked on the map. You had to go out and look for this. How many more fucking cool little stories are here? I was like, if I didn't know about this would have made my opinion on the game worse. And I think that's why I started going out, because every single side story you do not feel like it's a waste of time. And I think that is what I would take away from it. I don't think it's built on the back of the side stories, but I do feel like every time you enter into a side story, you're not like, that was a waste of time, I shouldn't have done that. Be it the monetary rewards, the story rewards, learning about history, cool art, cool settings, you're getting something from it. So I think it's worth it.
Everywhere you go in that game is just beautiful. Like every new scenery is just stunning.
I feel like
that game a lot.
It gives me a feeling of wanderlust for Japan that I didn't even have for the countryside. Because I'm like, there's so many beautiful colors. There's
that intro too, like just the intro of you going through the little field.
But there's so many things like that. There's like giant
It's
swaths
all
of
like
like
that.
red flowers, like
The red flowers, the purple flowers.
the Bodhi
So good.
trees, like these giant trees that have been cultivated in the town center. You go to the town center, you talk to people. It's funny, like usually that's the place where you want to be hanging out in. I'm like, no, get me out of the town center, get me to the countryside. Let me see, as Shadi likes to say, these beautiful vistas. Dude, these beautiful vistas. Beautiful vistas.
Yeah.
It's nothing if not a beautiful game. Like it truly top down every single thing. I will also say Death Stranding 2 is so beautiful graphically that people are using Sam Bridges' face to get past the ID for the porn ban in UK. Ghost of Yote.
That's incredible.
Will be equally as beautiful, if not more so, because they kind of come out right after each other. This is the same thing with like Death Stranding 1, where like Death Stranding is usually, because it's such a beautiful engine, so well made on the newest thing at the time, it's usually a demo for this is what this can do. This is what we're able to do. I think if you start Ghost of Tsushima now, by the time Ghost of Yote comes out, in like October, and if you have a PS5, you will literally be like, this is probably the most beautiful game I've played in my life.
Yeah.
And you get all, like, it's a completely separate story 400 years later, but I think you will benefit from it the most. I think now is the perfect time to get into it if you've always been waiting for it. You should finish it. You literally, it's one of the best games of all time. I wouldn't put it up in top 10 just yet. I have yet to beat the story, so I've yet to know the full story parts of it. I think it's one of the best games ever.
Yeah, I think what
Adore it.
I think what I loved about it was the fact of like it really feels like the gameplay itself is intrinsically tied to the story, like and kind of something that I was like, okay, well, I can't stealth, like I'm a bad person if I stealth, like, but I think I got used to it because I was just like, oh yeah, like that's the story. And I think the other thing they do is like the hot springs that are around, or like there's like the fact that the wind is your way path, like your where to go. Like I love that stuff, and it really like it ties it into the mythos and the thesis behind the story. I feel like of just like the mindfulness of everything and taking in everything. What I love about Death Stranding is like, yeah, like the vistas, but also just the moments that just happen out of the blue that, like you said, like someone designed this so meticulously and you could never see it in your playthrough. And I love that about, I think it's so hard because it's like, oh man, like I it sucks because like, oh, if you don't experience that, then that sucks. But it's just like, that's so cool that this is something that could have totally been missed, and they made it in this way to make it feel like a unique experience as well.
Yeah.
And I think Sucker Punch has evolved with that so much, and I'm so excited to see how they do it in Yote. As well, and I think I'm kind of fighting with myself right now because I'm like, okay, do I just go back to my original playthrough and finish it from there, even though I don't really remember too much, or do I play it on the director's cut on PC and then I can also play it on my Steam Deck, and all that, and get it going. So it's a game that I've been fighting with going back, not like, oh, I don't want to, but more in the way of like, is this the time? So
one final thing I'll say before we pass on to Crows, because we got to get to the Undertale.
Yeah, for sure.
People got to go
sure.
to bed. Two-part rebuttal. I noticed, and I looked it up and confirmed, that the cape mechanic is a predetermined mechanic of Jin's cape flapping in the wind. So if you go into like huts and things like that, it'll continue flapping very, like, you will never notice it because it's so subtle. But it to me, that indicates you're putting so much into how the game looks. It reminds me again of Death Stranding 2. They're very similar in a lot of ways, where the developers are finding very cool ways to like take stress off the engine, not having to. I think the classic example is Batman Arkham Asylum, where you have a separate engine for Batman's cape and you get all these screen tearing issues. Let's go the opposite way. Let's not go so hard. No, we can still make it beautiful. Let's spend more time making this as graphically beautiful as possible. And then when you get in the fight scenes, you'll notice that the camera kind of pans in a little bit, so that way the game can load less of the area around you and you get better combat. And I think those two things, again, you're so immersed in the gameplay that unless you take a step back and think about it for a second, you're like, oh, like we're getting the best of both worlds. Like they're swapping from like a cinematic view to, okay, fight mode. It's beautiful.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, there's a real intentionality behind all the decisions in Ghost of Tsushima, and
that's a great word for it
tell.
too.
Yeah. All right.
Care.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Luffy.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you,
Luffy.
Okay.
Big games.
My turn to be big.
Hello.
So I'm still very much kind of working my way through Death Stranding and Ranch of Rivershine. Similar games. But I did start Wuchang Fallen Feathers on Friday night. And so this is my third Souls-like. And it's coming off the back of Sekiro and Lies of P. And so, I have feelings about it. I think as a whole, I'm really enjoying it. Like it looks pretty, the combat feels relatively nice. There are sometimes it feels a little bit slow and I'm like, I'm halfway through an attack and then something happens. It's like I can't cancel that attack, or the health drinking the potion is just slightly too long, and so I just get killed like halfway through before it's actually done that. Before it's actually like restored my health to a level that I would have survived an attack otherwise. But otherwise it does feel quite nice to play. it is just very much a dress-up game to me at this point, though. It's a dress-up game with some combat. Did have a couple of crashes, but like no real graphical issues. So, like, yeah, I'm fine with that. Whatever. Just boot the game back up and keep going, right? So yeah, I'll continue to play that. The difficulty feels a bit up and down. Like, I think the first 2 bosses I beat first attempt and then 2 attempts for the second. And then the 3rd boss I've encountered has taken me a little bit more, quite a few more attempts. So, like, I don't know if it's just, you know, by the 3rd boss I was starting to get tired because it did get late, or if the difficulty is just kind of spiking up and down a bit. So yeah, I need more data before I can make that assessment. And then I did play Frog's Adventure, which is this really cute hand-drawn point-and-click puzzle adventure about a frog that gets... An evil fairy gives him a brain, and the frog's like, no, this won't do, I don't want a brain. So you have to track down the fairy and convince the fairy to take the brain away. I loved it. It was so cute. I cannot stop making the duck noise.
This is so cute. This is so cute. Oh my god.
So
Oh,
cute.
beautiful. It's, what a beautiful
Oh,
I
I
loved
love
it.
this.
Yeah, you can finish it apparently in 20 minutes. There's an achievement for finishing it in 20 minutes. It took me 40 minutes, so like slightly above par, but
Yeah, you're enjoying the world.
yeah,
It's so enjoyable too. The duck noises.
Oh my god.
yeah, the little.
It's so cute. Oh my god, I adore this.
I love it. Yeah, the
Sorry,
noises in it are
nothing.
so funny. I love it. I picked it up in the Steam sale, so I was like, oh well, you know, Wuchang's Crash for the 3rd time. Frog's Adventure it is. Basically, you know, again, same game, right? So, and then, yeah, that's pretty much all I've been playing recently. I picked up all the Devil May Cry games on Humble Bundle because I had a bundle for like 30 Australian dollars for all of them. So I was like, hell yeah, great price. And then now that I can stream 2 nights a week again instead of the 1 night a week that I have been forced into for the month of July, I'm really tempted to start Akimbot, which is one that Luffy gifted to me. And Luffy prefaced it as like this is just like the spiritual successor to Ratchet and Clank, which it very much looks like it, and from the videos and the images, it feels very Ratchet and Clank inspired. So I'm super excited to pull that out. So yeah, that'll be one that I definitely look forward to. And then there's a game coming out on the 7th of August. I played the demo for it in the Next Fest. Super excited for it. It's called Tiny Bookshop. So that comes out soon. And I loved that demo. That was my standout demo from the Next Fest. So yeah, if you just want something really chill, really sweet, really kind of slice of life, dare I say cozy vibes, then yeah, I fully recommend Tiny Bookshop. Loved that. Yeah, but that's me.
Hell yeah. That's so cute. I love all those pics.
Yeah, the art for Tiny Bookshop is so good too. So
I heard the words tiny bookshop, I was already sold.
yeah, yeah. I was going through the Next Fest, and I'm like, oh, Tiny Bookshop. Download the demo for that.
I did not realize that was like such a common naming convention. I was looking at it's so funny because I was just looking at press engine games just to see, and I got to the T section and it was like 10 games that just say tiny. I was like, oh, that's the word of the day for those type of games.
Yeah,
it's like the second.
Simulator.
Yeah, Simulator's another great one. Well, it's the second time we've said tiny in the name of a game today. Tinykin.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Tinykin, yeah, I can't wait to play that.
Yeah, no,
It's so cool.
might have been PW or
Awesome.
Tank mentioned Tiny Glade earlier when Sean was talking.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
true. Third
I
time.
like that game.
Yeah.
Played Tiny Aquarium last week.
Yeah, tiny, tiny games.
Yeah.
Tiny Glade. Tiny Glade, I think aesthetically doesn't appeal to me, but they have Dystopica, which is a cyberpunk. It's literally just you're building just a cyberpunk city. It's literally Tiny Glade, but cyberpunk. I think
That's cool.
I think me and Crows, we do a parallel play. So we build the most evil city of all time and the greatest city of all.
Oh, yeah.
One cam, Tiny Glade, one Dystopica. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It sounds fun.
Um,
The Tiny Crab's Treasure.
Oh, Tonic, that's
I
true.
have one thing to say, Shadi, if I could sneak in. You
Yeah.
mentioned the game that it's no secret. I posted this in Triple C. Wuchang. The crashes I've heard are extremely frustrating. You were someone that had to deal with a lot of crashes in Night Rain as well, but I think that kind of was carried by the fact that it was game to play with your friends of the moment, and Elden Ring, very cool world, so it had a lot to keep you there. What is keeping you playing Wuchang in this current state with how buggy it is?
I mean, besides the crashes, I haven't had any bugs. So, like, that's not to say that there probably aren't bugs that people are experiencing, but I think I've been lucky enough to avoid them. I mean, look, it's visually, it's stunning, right? The environments are stunning. Again, it's a fashion game to me. Like, I like being able to, you can layer the armor, right? You can glamour or transmog or whatever, whatever system you refer to it as. You can mix and match your armor. If it looks ugly, don't worry about it. You can layer your favorite armor over the top, so you always look good. And that's available from the start. It's not an unlock. It's just there, which, huge bonus, right? Like, if you're gonna play this game, you want to look. Yes, the tits and ass don't hurt. It's a Guna game, right? It's a Guna game. And who doesn't love a Guna game?
I hear they have a Stellar Blade.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, have you heard of Stellar Blade?
Yeah, I think I have it wishlisted. Yeah, I mean, look, the combat is really fun. I'm really enjoying that. I really liked the second boss fight I did, which is in like this little walled garden that's filled with wheat. And I liked the way that they did kind of use environmental changes in the phase 1 and phase 2 to like deliver some mechanics, and I was like, oh, that's really cool. I don't want to spoil it because it is new, but it was a really, really cool, like, I don't think I mentioned it, but I was like, oh yeah, I understand how this works with the boss, this environment works with the boss. And so, like, that was a little bit of a, like, they haven't just put this boss in this garden for no reason, right? They've put the thought into it to make it, like, yeah, it makes sense with his mechanics. And it's a way to deliver that mechanic. So, like, it's not just they've put some hot woman in and made it, like, Ming Dynasty China, just to be like, yeah, we're going to capitalize on, like, all these other games that come out. They have actually done the effort and put thought into it. So, like, I do think it is worth coming back to. Yeah, I'm having a good time. Yeah.
Any final thoughts then, Crows?
Yeah, not really. I think I've kind of said it all.
Sorry, I interrupted you while you were saying something.
No, that's right. I was just going to say, the music of Wuchang isn't keeping me there. It's kind of there. Someone mentioned it sounds cheap. The boss fight music sounds just kind of cheap and, like, very generic, so I was like, boss fight music, but
Gotcha.
I'm hoping it gets better. So
Yeah, for sure. I'm interested to see what you think of it as you go on.
Yeah.
Because I've heard like, I've not really heard too many people saying it's outright bad.
Yeah.
But I've just heard like, oh well, it's another Souls game. So I'm interested to see if there's anything that you find that it's like, oh, this is actually next level. This is something that I thought they did with the genre really well.
Yeah, I mean, it's not on the level that Sekiro or Lies of P was for me, but I don't know. It's not that far behind them, I don't think. I think it could be a lot worse.
Good.
So.
Yeah, for sure. And trust me, there has been a lot worse Souls games.
Yes, I just haven't played them, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to real quick go back to Frog's Adventure. What gameplay style was this like?
It's like
again?
a point and click puzzle adventure.
Okay. Yeah,
think of Resident Evil, but with less zombies and less shooting. and more
Yeah.
pointing and clicking.
Okay. Well, that's all. That's all you had to say. That's all you had to say. Okay. I'm okay with that.
I'm done.
It's like Resident
It
Evil in
remind-
every way, only if you look at puzzles.
Oh, the frog's hot then.
Yeah, the frog is hot.
It reminds me just like, God, some of my favorites. So there's a studio called well, it's for Hantani. I forget the name of the game studio, but they make like a lot of like these like games that you feel like you wish you would have had in childhood. And I feel like looking at this game, it's very much
Yeah.
one that I would have really enjoyed. So I appreciate you bringing it up.
Yeah, I loved it. It was wonderful.
Mhm.
Had a great time with it.
I mean, the other thing on the same vein of like the builder type stuff that we were briefly talking about, and more talking about earlier, but briefly talking about, is Terra Nil. Is another one that I think a lot of people have really enjoyed, and I believe that it's like basically cleaning. It's a clean ecosystem,
Yeah.
like a morally, like environmentally minded city builder that I think a lot of people would enjoy.
Yeah.
I just wanted to share that as well.
Is this any?
Undertale. Who made it to the end of the waterfall? To the.
Wait.
Can we get a show of hands?
I didn't. I got real close. But I'm like, I need to go to bed. I'm exhausted after playing football. So
I was up till 4.
Yeah.
I'm close
I
enough
was
that
writing so much.
I'm close enough that I am.
Were we going to the end of the waterfall area
Yes.
or?
Yeah.
Like through waterfall.
Like
Yeah.
to start a lava, yeah.
I mean, honestly, with this many people not finishing the waterfall and just getting to the waterfall, we could just like cap it there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sean, where do you get to?
I don't think I finished Waterfall. I am at the. Well, I restarted it actually on my Switch. So.
Yeah.
We need to talk about that.
I wanna ask. That's my question. I do want to ask
Immediately.
is like,
'Cause-
what did y'all play it on?
I was
we can
watching
stop there.
Sean on her stream, and she was
Having a
low
rough
key
time.
going full genocide right off the bat.
Listen, I didn't mean to.
Kill your mom! Like, what's going on?
I did.
Yeah.
Like when everyone started crashing, I was like, "Oh, I think I fucked up.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think
Okay.
I fucked up big time."
We're getting into it.
Yeah.
Sean,
Wait,
or-
are we doing
Say-
non-spoiler?
No,
first?
this is
Or, like,
this
just
is
talk top
this
level
is-
thought?
we
This
can
is
do
full
spoilers.
spoilers.
Yeah.
Just want to
Up
tell everybody
until
this is
the waterfall or beyond.
through the waterfall for now. We'll
just through the
figure out what-
waterfall.
We'll figure out what
Yeah,
Pros
just-
and Sean are up to when we get to that point.
Mhm.
Then we'll talk about Waterfall for the time being. Sean, tell us what you did.
Okay, so I may or may not have killed Toriel by accident. By accident.
So we know this is a lie. So what did I say, Sean?
You said that. Wait, what did you say?
I'll tell you what you said. The woman that protected you when you fell down into
Ah.
an unknown location,
Mhm.
that gave you a bed to sleep on, food, made you a butterscotch cinnamon pie, both of them, asked your preferences. Sean stabs them to death and said, I didn't mean to kill her. You murdered her, bro!
I didn't. Okay, I was
No,
playing
hold
it and.
I forgot what you said. You didn't say. I think Sean goes. Wow, you're really making me sound like the bad guy here. Like,
Of course.
excuse me, you just stabbed your pseudo mother to death with your hands. She was begging for forgiveness. Yeah.
You just
I was
integrated
playing
like the
game.
Thanos snap.
And it didn't occur to me that there was another option because I kept trying to spare her, but nothing was happening. So I'm like, okay, I guess that's not an option here. I guess I just have to fight her.
In Sean's defense, that is by design.
Yeah.
PW brings up a good point. You said, "Is she really dead?" after stabbing her 10
Multiple
times in a row.
times.
10 times. You have to do 10.
Oh, okay.
Sean, you're watching
so
the life slip from her eyes. You're going.
I have an interesting
Is
thing.
she dead?
holding a butterscotch pie for you.
Oh,
And...
one more thing, Rabbit, before you say, this is with
Yeah.
a toy knife. So imagine
Right.
the sheer amount of agony. Was that what you were gonna say?
Kind of. I have a little more
sorry.
to.
Oh yeah,
trail
you
off
say,
of
you
after.
say. I'm just saying
Uh,
that's despicable. That's all.
So yeah, Luffy brought up that Sean killed Toriel with a toy knife, and we've all gotten up to the point where there's like a little town that the kid discovers, right?
Yeah.
And in the town there's a library, and if you go in the library and you read through all of the books, it tells you basically about like how the differences between monsters and humans
Yes.
in this setting, right? And it emphasizes the fact that human souls are really powerful, and that they can they can basically, the strength of their attacks against a monster depends on their desire to kill. And
Right.
so to that end, if just a human child just really wants to fuck something up, all it needs is a little stick to beat the monster to death with, and they'll die. Because that's how it works.
Sean just be like, "Oh, I fucked up. Oh,
Okay.
oh."
Yeah.
I didn't catch this the first time because Sean, you know what XP stands for in the game? Did you get to read that? It stands for
No.
execution points, and buddy, you had a lot of them. That's all I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah.
Buddy, you had a farm load.
I did not have 44 health. Let me tell you, I was dealing with my 20.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I cannot explain to you. But, huh? What? Who said what?
I'm looking at the. Sorry, Sean.
Oh, wait.
No, someone's in trouble.
Another
Everybody pointed
trial.
Everybody pointed at her.
Another
Everybody
challenger.
pointed at her. Get your pointers out. Artie, you knew what you did.
Get away
And
from
you let me get jumped. At least
You
I did it
did.
by accident.
Wow, letting us abuse
Wow.
Sean for the decisions you made willingly.
Can I take some heat off Artie?
I told you I was
No.
gonna
So,
do a gen
No,
roll.
hang on. Hang on.
Oh,
I was
no.
making stream of consciousness notes as I went through it, and can I just say my notes about Toriel are all capitals. That's Toriel. That's who Crub dunked in milk and sucked it out while dressed as a nun.
Oh, okay.
What?
Okay.
And then a couple
Okay.
couple down is fuck Toriel, and then in capital letters, fuck off Toriel. Then immediately after that
It's like
is
so bad about killing her. You
then
know?
immediately
Not
after that
fuck
is
Toriel, what
killed
the hell?
Toriel. ... Thing fuck.
Oh
Thank
my
fuck.
god.
I did not like
First
Toriel.
playthrough.
Okay, I feel way better now. And everything
you're still on
that
trial.
everyone
Yeah, like,
said.
this is-
Yeah,
Oh.
PW,
I'm sorry,
rename
I
that
feel
clip.
like I
I'm not a
care
horrible
about
person.
people. I feel like I don't know y'all anymore. I didn't think it was episode 2 that fractures this entire show off the wheels. This is
Listen, I told you 2 weeks ago that I was gonna do a gen run because I've played it neutral before.
a gen run.
I-
Why do you call
I
it a genocide
told
run?
you I was
take,
gonna do
take
it.
responsibility
Say
for
the
what you did. Take
Say the
responsibility.
word on it.
In game, it's just a no mercy run.
Oh my god.
Take responsibility. Murderous.
But
deeds.
Crows in the
I gotta
exploration.
know what. Yeah, Crows. What is it about Toriel that makes you
Yeah.
just wanna stab her to pieces?
Kill
I
her?
actually
Because I have
really hate all the characters.
Oh.
I really hate
Okay.
them all.
credit to
All the
John.
ones
I
I've
don't
met,
believe
I
it.
hate
No.
them.
No.
I cannot stand them.
Close.
Beautiful little.
Get behind
No.
me because I didn't particularly care for
Wait.
anybody.
She's not for real.
I
She's not. No.
Papyrus, I didn't mind. Like Papyrus was a nerd, but for like I did not particularly like anybody in this game.
My
I
last
was like, oh, so these
What
are
is
the
wrong
people
with you?
who
So
are
is fucked.
beloved.
You hate whimsy.
Okay, fucking Mussolini up there. Why don't you keep it down?
No,
I played it 4 times. I have to do something.
You didn't like the hand fishing prank?
No, I hate all of it. I don't like
Listen,
this game.
Okay, I feel a lot better now about my opinions.
last stream
I
of
thought I was
consciousness note is I can understand why this was, in brackets is, question mark, big on Tumblr / negative.
I agree. I take no qualms with that.
Oh yeah, with the
100%
Tumblr
I
thing,
mean,
but
yes, but like,
come on.
holy.
The only other note I have in here
What
is
does that mean?
boondoggle question mark,
About
question mark,
them.
question mark, question mark, question mark. When someone said the word
I was
boondoggle.
fully ready.
I'm like, what?
I was fully ready to come in here and fight for my life. I'm very glad that Crows
Listen,
is on a
we need to
similar
get-
page.
we need to get Crows a mod where it's the emo twink, like dark hair, shirt open.
Yeah.
Mod
That's not
for
gonna solve.
every
That's not gonna
character,
solve it because I hate the
'cause then
writing
she
as
won't
well.
kill them.
I hate the writing
What-
as
what-
well.
What do you hate about? Hold on,
Yeah,
What
let's-
do you mean?
hold on. We should. I really need to get into this, but we wait. We have to get through this because we're gonna get
I'm
there.
just curious.
Because this is a lot. This is a lot for me right now. This is a lot for me personally. I'm not sure
Yeah.
about y'all.
Yeah.
Holy.
I need to unpack this.
Some of you
slowly.
might know
Oh, there's
that
gonna be a lot to unpack.
in a group chat I did put in there. There's gonna be a hot take. I'm gonna drop a hot take at
Yeah.
VGC tomorrow,
Hey.
and it's that I
You've already
hate
dropped
the
it.
game and I hate
already
all the
dropped it.
characters and I
Levels.
hate the writing.
Yeah.
Singular.
Holy.
Oh my god.
I don't think we're playing Earthbound. I don't think we're gonna play.
Yeah, I don't think we're
I was
going
scared we would
to.
all, everyone would love it. We'd all have the same opinion, so this is awesome.
Yeah,
I'm looking
no,
at
this
the
is
I'm looking
interesting.
at the questions that I had like for the book club, and I'm like, oh, I kind of thought I'd
Course you
like
like
this
King-
game and would have things to talk about that I liked.
Of course, you like Kingdom Hearts though. That's Tumblr as fuck.
Yes, I do like Kingdom Hearts.
So you're a hypocrite.
You hate
No!
these characters?
You just made Shoddy and Luffy stammered. Look how upset Shoddy is right now.
You hate that? Look, I get it.
That's
I
so
get it.
evil to
Get
do
it.
to Shoddy.
Disliking. You hate it. I'm just
Kingdom Hearts-
dumbfounded. You know.
Kingdom Hearts is trying not to be cringe, but it is cringe. This feels like it's trying to lean into every single like cringe thing, and I hate it. It gives me so much secondhand embarrassment
This
to be
was made
playing this
before
game.
cringe
It
existed.
Rose, I've never
kinda
disagreed with you
cringe
more in my
existed.
life
Wow,
on anything
yeah.
we've ever talked about.
The
Okay,
devil's advocate.
when I will
Devil's
get
advocate, I
at
will
some
say
point
that.
when
No, it's
Brendan
good that
gets
we
home,
have
I will
one.
get him to attest to it because he walked in and I looked at him and he's like, "Are you alright?" And I'm like, "I hate this game," and he's like, "I can tell,"
Oh my
because I looked at him
That's
miserably.
Oh, so
Here's
this
the
is.
thing.
We're not never doing Kingdom Hearts because holy shit, I will be.
Yeah, you'll be upset.
I'll be
You'll
in
be upset.
stitches, man.
You'll be upset. This is what I will say. So I went into it knowing, like we said, first thing.
Yeah.
If I think I literally even told you guys, if I was in 7th or 8th grade when this game came out,
For sure.
and I played it at the time, I would have loved it because there's a lot of like stands going, you know, like he's
Wait.
doing those type of things.
10-year-old
to-
game, by the way.
True.
True.
No, and Rabbit,
yeah.
this is what
And
I'm
it's
getting to.
very like prime Tumblr as well.
And this is what I'm getting to. I think Crows, I can hear like the story elements, like a couple of things, but there's a lot of like stuff that is not Tumblr ass writing that is really enjoyable. Because I think when I hear I hate the writing, I'm thinking of like the character dialogue. Like there's some really beautiful, meaningful parts that we get
I think-
right
yeah.
off the bat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which
there
I-
were like
which is the
three.
part that I-
There were 3 lines. I didn't write them down, and I didn't make note of them. But I'm like, oh yeah, that's kind of nice. Everything
I
else,
think the comedy-
just-
And you
It's
didn't
fair.
write them down?
What
Yeah,
was
what-
the
They didn't
meaningful
Three
part?
guys you
They
liked in
didn't-
the entire
Like, give me an
game.
example of a
So-
meaningful part.
they didn't mean
actually
enough for me
have
to
an-
want to write them down.
A lot of my notes are literally just lines in the game, and not even just like, not even just like, oh well, this is like a meaningful part in the story. Like literal little things.
Just a little quote I loved, yeah.
I think that let me see. Oh, when you're by the dog hut, and it says someone's been smoking dog treats. Like
Yeah.
it's shit like that just
Sean fucking giggled at that. Sean, you can even
That made me
Yeah,
laugh.
that got a
that part.
giggle from me.
In
I
that
know
sounds
Sean
like
laughed. I was like, if
something-
Sean denies it, I'm gonna call her ass out because
No,
I
That's
know.
something I would say to somebody. Like I would say to Luffy if he was on some bullshit. Like, yeah, exactly.
Smoking dog.
That I thought was funny.
Oh,
But
the specific one that I want to say that I cackled at, I thought was hilarious, is when they're talking about that little puzzle that Papyrus does, and it's like kind of unsolvable or whatever, and if you say to to Papyrus that it was a hard puzzle, Sans will like thank you and be like, yeah, thank you, buddy, and he says yesterday he got stumped trying to solve the horoscope. Like that's
Yeah.
just fucking got me, man. Like that was so funny.
Silly.
Gross looks disgusting.
Yeah, Rose is having the worst.
Because it's like, I
ever.
hate this.
Should I
think
stream
here's
the
the
rest
thing
of
for
it so
me.
that you guys can understand that I actually do not like this game?
I would
No,
like to see your
get it.
perspective.
I
for
would.
sure.
Yeah.
I think it's.
I
I
wanna
don't
hear
know
it.
if I
game.
should watch
In fact,
I want to hear all the notes.
destroy me.
Yeah.
Yeah, like counter notes for idea.
Like, again, this is a very beloved IP, and I knew it's so funny because I thought I would be the one having Crow's opinions going into it
Yeah.
because this is people's like formative experience. Like, this is like, again, Shotty, this is like a Kingdom Hearts level. Like,
For sure.
when I think of my games that are building the foundation of the games that I like, one of the pillars for a lot of people, if not the support beam itself, is Undertale, right?
Yeah.
And
Very
I
similar
think-
audiences too, I'd say.
Truly. And what I think with that is when you hold something so close to your heart, Avani and me experienced this when Shadi was talking about DS2, not at like just the absolute 10 out of 10. If someone gives you any sort of like criticism, the first thing that I do innately is like try to challenge it instead of like, I think what we realize is instead of saying where the game could be better, you say emotionally, when I was experiencing this game, why did I feel so numb from these characters? Do they not feel like something
Yeah.
I could personify? And we realized there was a point where Shadi's like, well, this is what I would have done better. And I think what that does, unintentionally, and Shadi, I'm using you as an example because we just had this.
Yeah.
When someone says critique on something and then goes on to explain what would have done better, it gets into the area of, okay, this is no longer critique. You're saying I could do this better, and it feels like demoralizing. Not even demoralizing. It just feels demeaning. Like, I really love this. What do you mean? Was I wrong for liking this thing? But I think with like the critique, the reason why we have these, why it's important for Crows to have this voice is because truly, if we all like this one thing, this would be the Beatles. This would be Normie.
Right.
You have to have something about it that is like that isn't likable. And I think with Undertale specifically, the reason I was able to get past a lot of very cringy jokes, like truthfully,
Yes. Yeah.
Comic
No, yeah.
Sans is named after Comic Sans, Papyrus after like really goofy internet stuff. What I did, I was like, let me get past that because I do find this cringe. Where can I find this? I learned this message from Shadi too. Where, if I can try to romanticize this, where are people finding the love? And I start personifying the characters. So even when they do silly stuff, even when I'm like, this is a group of like, the word that I'll use is harsh, but I hope I can explain it well. The monsters are a group of losers. They start out with a loss. They're starting out on the bad foot. They're not the cool kids in class. These are very much nerds in the back of the class, making silly jokes. And this is why Undertale appealed to a lot of people who, when they were growing up, like they felt very isolated from everybody, like the kind of silly jokes. And it's kind of like this. It's funny that the town square made me kind of emotional because it reminds me of like I started going, oh, this is Shadi, this is CPR, this is Sean, this is Art. Like I started recognizing people because to me this is like a digital community, but represented in this beautiful video game. And I think when you think about the writing in that sense, it's like it's not going to be cool. The whole point of it is like you were never cool to begin with. We started like the monsters start out in a loss. You are living with a reminder of the scars of the thing that you lost. You are now in a pit because of it. And I think that's why when you look through it through the lens, and if you just say this is just cringe, I feel like I want you, Crows, to enjoy it so much. But I also understand like if this isn't hitting you, it's not hitting you. But next time, like I would say, try to look past the cringe. Because I agree, like the Sans jokes where he's like cutting the camera, I'm like, well, brother, bro. You know, like I'm totally doing that. Don't get me wrong, I'm with you. but I think there's real substance there. One part that was just crazy to me that I was like, this is just a throwaway, is they go to the dog shaving the
That's what I was gonna
ice
say.
at the save
Yeah.
point, and hold on, I wrote it down.
Mhm.
The dog is shaving ice at.
The dog is staring. There's one where the dog is staring blankly into the snow, waiting for it to turn into art. It's just like,
Yes. And then the fucking cow says that dog considers itself an artist but doesn't know what to create. You know, and I was like, oh, like, and also I was in a very, very like kind of dubious point with what I want to do creatively. So it was like there's so many small things like that I think do resonate. But again, Crows, I think you're totally valid. Like, did you when you guys got through? Let's talk about the waterfall thing because I have really one thing I want to ask all of your opinions on. When you guys did waterfall, did you go to a certain village?
yes.
It's a village. It's the first place you can
Girl,
sell
I don't know.
items.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
flowers?
It's the only place in the
Oh my
game.
God,
you can
I don't
get
think I made
flowers.
it there.
It's the
One
only
of
place in the
them.
game you could sell items.
I don't think so.
I don't know if I've gotten there yet.
Okay, so
There-
I won't spoil it, but
I'm at a
that is
cornfield.
I gotta go back.
that
You
is
can go
li-
back.
You can go
No,
back.
you-
Yeah,
yeah,
you can go back.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
This is the name of this village. I won't spoil it because it's like a character. Anyways, when I got to the village, it's the most useful place in the game because I'm like, I need bread, dude. Let me sell all these dog residues. I don't have shit to do with these.
Yeah.
Let me sell them. Let me get my bread up. And it's I can't has cheeseburger type humor the whole time.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah.
And I
Mhm.
literally had to leave, bro. I was like, I can't. The money's not worth it for me.
Yeah.
My mental health, I can't handle. It.
Aw.
Yeah, yep. You know what I'm talking
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
he almost left the call just then.
I literally got a sense memory said and just went. That's so Raven back into the village. I was like, no, never again.
Yeah.
But Crows,
I get that.
I agree with you. Like again, when you say the writing, I feel like I just want you to be like more pointed specifically. But I think with like the cringe 2013 Tumblr stuff, 100% agree. Because like
Yeah.
I always hated I can't has cheeseburger, charge it on my laser type
Yeah.
jokes. You're like this
Doggo
is so
jokes.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's so internet, you know, and you're like, ugh, kind of
It
ixy.
is
Oh,
2014 humor. It's a little cringe now.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of it. Crows, one thing I'll ask you a question just to kind of get a sense for, I guess, what your perspective of the game would be, because you could get a couple different versions of it depending on how you play. But are you? I forget which route you said you were trying to run.
I was going to attempt a genocide run. I
Okay.
think I fucked it up.
Why do you think you fucked it up?
I don't think I've done enough of the grinding for enemies, like the random encounters, to hit the genocide
Oh.
mark. I was looking at it after I'd finished it for the night, because I had a certain encounter. Rather than being able to kill them, they left, and that made me go, okay, I think I fucked up.
I think that's just part of the script, to be honest. 'Cause I think I know exactly what you're talking about.
No,
and
because
had
I
the same
did
thing.
look it up. I'm like, oh, okay. And also, the start of that fight was really irritating me.
I wonder if we're talking about the same
Because
thing.
we possibly are. Well, we can talk spoilers. Right? It's the dummy, right? The second dummy that
Yeah.
Yeah.
ambushes
Oh,
you,
yeah.
right?
Oh,
And
the second
because I
dummy.
looked it up because I'm like, okay, I've worked out, that I've got to use his own attacks against him, right?
Yeah.
But his
The
health
mad
wasn't
dummy
going down.
cannot be killed in a normal encounter, even if you try to attack it repeatedly. It's immune to all attacks.
Yes, yeah, and because he does make the comment, he's like, "Oh no, magic attacks! How dare you
Yeah.
use my own attacks against me?" And I'm like, "Oh, okay, that's what you've got to do." His health wasn't going down, and I'm like, "Is there something else I'm missing?" And because I'd gone through like 6 or 7 rounds at that point of doing that, and I'm like, nothing is happening.
It goes on for a long
Am I just
time,
going to
and
be
then it
stuck
gets-
here doing this because I'm
Oh.
about to
Yeah.
crash out? And then
I got stuck there too, and I had to cut the damn switch off because it was pissing me off.
Yeah, so
I turned it off.
it's timed. It takes like
This game
8
does that a
rounds
couple
before it
times.
Couple of times
moves to
for
the next
sure.
kind of
It's
phase.
it's like a game mechanic that is like, how many times are they going to try the same thing over and over again?
Right.
Yeah,
Because
it-
sometimes the answer is at the end of a large amount of attempts.
Okay,
Yeah.
Crows, I have a question.
yes.
did the dummy spare you
Yes.
and leave,
Yes.
then you're still on route for genocide.
Okay.
Huge.
because- Yeah,
It says in the genocide route, Mad Dummy is
for
so
yes.
limited that becomes corporeal. Out of gratitude, Glad Dummy spares the protagonist.
Okay.
So
No,
you are probably
still on route for
Johnny
genocide.
laughed. He's like,
I just love you're still on route for genocide. Huge.
you're still up for genocide, buddy. Don't worry about it.
Because,
God.
Oh.
and I hate to say it, I hate to say this in words. I think killing the characters is gonna be the only way I get through this. I need that
Huge.
satisfaction. I
I'm
need to
glad
take
you-
it out on them.
You picked. I'm glad you did that.
I love that has
Like
easily
that.
become our way of dealing with something that we don't like to hear. We go, huge.
and, and like I don't.
No, it actually
There are a
is,
few.
because
There
you
are a
might
couple of
get some
things.
enjoyment.
There are a couple of things I do like about the game. And we'll go. I'll ask the questions. We'll go into those because they will cover all of them, and we'll look at the answers that other people have given as well. But yeah, like there are a couple of things that I'm like, I do like this.
Yeah.
When I wrote down the things that I wish were different about the game, I didn't mention, the writing, the characters, literally everything about the game. As a whole, I'm like, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. But that didn't factor into my rubric in a sense. But yeah,
To kill the dogs.
I did kill the dogs. Shorty, I've killed everyone I've come
Whoa.
against. I'm like level 12.
All they want to do is bark. All they want to do is bark. Gross.
No, what's fucked up? I didn't notice this until Sean's playthrough. They're kissing the whole time. They love each other.
Yeah.
No, like even
Yeah, dog marriage.
couple-
Warning, dog marriage.
the lesser dogs that are there, like the mechanic for them is just like, okay, they're coming over, beckon them over, and then play with them, and then pet them, and that's it.
When they get
So
tired, you gotta pet them.
Yeah, and then you spare them. I love that.
Yeah, if we weren't playing this game, I would have probably dropped this after like the ruins.
Yeah.
I would have given it
sounds
until
like
then
it,
and
yeah.
be
I
like,
dropped it
I'm done. I'm
5,
done.
10 minutes in the last time I started.
Yeah.
That-
oh my God. Yeah.
Wow.
That's just
It's so wild that
Yeah.
you would say that right after playing like the frog game, because it seems like so many characters you would be so endeared to in my mind.
yeah.
What
Especially
specifically?
designs for sure.
Because it can't just be the cringe of it. Like surely there's more to it for you.
And I don't necessarily think this is entirely a timing thing of playing it in like 2025 versus 2010 or
Right.
whenever it came out, 2015, which 2014 2015 was when I graduated high school, so like kind of would have been peak the time to play it, right? But even then I think I would have had the same issue that I have now, and it's just that it gives me so much secondhand embarrassment
Gotcha.
to read like the dialogue and to go through and do things like see the little interactions. I'm just like, I'm just suffering secondhand embarrassment. I can't deal with this. And so like it puts me on like an even playing field of like, I'm not angry about playing it, I'm not happy about playing it, I'm playing it, I want it done. I want out of this.
It's a short game too, so yeah.
But yeah, all right. Shall we chat about the questions? And because we did get a couple of responses.
Yeah.
We did get a couple of responses.
Can we get the truck cross for once?
Oh no!
Damn
no,
it.
no, no. I'm so happy to
wrap it up,
come back to
people.
it.
Wrap
I'm
it
so
up.
happy to come back to the Crows You're Wrong train. So like, I'm thrilled. I'm
No,
thrilled that
no,
you're
no,
enjoying
no, no.
it.
It's so.
Wrong.
Like,
It's
valid.
just shocking.
It's all the.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
like,
honestly unexpected, truly.
There are not
Yeah.
many people I know
Luffy
that
was
don't
gonna
like
have this
Undertale.
problem.
Like I wasn't
I
expecting
thought
to be
for
like,
sure.
"This is
I
my
thought
new
for sure it would be
favorite
Luffy.
game." But yeah, I wasn't expecting. I hate everything
hate it?
about it, and it gives me
Yeah.
consistent and constant secondhand embarrassment. I've
Yeah.
never heard anyone say that before.
Never.
I think a lot of people who seek it out though are people who are primed to play this game, right? Like they are the Tumblr culture. Like actually the other thing I do have at the end is a couple of videos I watched playing this game and like the fan base of it and like after hearing both you and Rabbit and Artie talking about the fan base, like kind of wanting to delve deep more into that and what that meant. So I do have a couple of homework after
yeah.
this is pretty interesting.
Yes. All right.
Okay,
We
set
got
us
a
up.
couple of responses to the questions, and if people have played it or are playing it along with us, they can pop them in the chat, and I'll get to those as well. But yeah, for each question, I want to hear from you all first, right? So I guess the first one is what are you enjoying about the game?
We go in order again.
Yeah, I mean, I can start, right? So the things that I
Yeah.
really like, that made me go, okay, yeah, this is cool. The music, like I do like the
Oh, the
music
music
from
is
the
so
game.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there are so many like things where I can hear like, oh, actually, and a lot of it feels like Final Fantasy XIV music to me, which obviously
For sure.
Final Fantasy XIV came out first, actually, 2010.
Yeah. The
And
original Final
there are
Fantasy
moments that, yeah, I'm like, oh, hang on, this feels very Final Fantasy XIV, and so
Very
it's bringing back, it's taking me back to when I was playing Final Fantasy XIV a lot, and I was like, yeah, I like this a lot. And I really like some of the panoramic scenes that they do. Like, you know, when you walk into the balcony where you pick up the knife and it shows the city, and when you like, you know, you walk through like the towards the end of the waterfall and it kind of pans out a little bit, and you know, you want to know. I really like those scenes. Those bring me some like modicum of peace, and then a character opens their mouth and I'm like, peace gone.
Yeah, how about Undyne's little best freaking. What's her biggest fan? Do you hate him?
Oh, the little yellow guy.
I love
Yeah, I love him.
I did write a note there. I was like, "Yo, you gotta shut up. Like, I love you, but you gotta shut up." Is what
That's
I wrote.
100%. 100% it.
Yeah.
I just feel like it's just a kid. Like that's what a kid would say and do.
Yeah.
And I saved his ass. I saved his little ass. Don't worry about it.
That's all the kid knows, right? Like it is a point of like the lore of the world is the fact that, oh, isn't she great because she slays humans, you know, like yeah.
Cutie.
Yeah. You can just pipe up.
Alright, anything else you liked, Corpsey?
No, that was it.
Oh no, we're going person by person. What was about the game that you? Can you say the question again one more time?
Just what you're enjoying about it. You know, what do you like?
Is it my turn?
Yeah, whoever.
Go, Artie.
Okay,
I can
I guess
nominate,
I'll
but-
go.
I think
Yeah, I don't know. I'm enjoying it more than I thought I was going to. Coming back to it, you know, almost 10 years later. I think the characters are so charismatic, and I'm having a lot of fun with them. Especially, like, because I'm streaming my playthrough, so, like, I get to, like, do the voices, and I get to have fun with it, like, make their own personality with each of them. So I think I'm having a lot of that. The corny jokes, I'm a sucker. I love it. I think the music is really fun. I think the landscapes are a lot of fun, like you were saying. And doing the run that I am doing, I'm having a lot of fun with the fights, more so than I thought I was going to. Granted, they feel terrible, but it's a lot of fun. It's really engaging to, like, to my hands and to my brain to, like, not just sit there and talk to these things. Like, I am fighting them. I am doing stuff. I like it. I'm having fun.
Nice.
Next.
Sean,
you know
you're
what
next.
Sean?
I am with Crows. The only thing I have liked thus far is the music. I don't like the fight sequence. Well, we don't talk about we don't like. I just like the music.
Music is just like so 10 out of 10.
It's
Like
a staple.
I think there's a reason, like I said before, you know, there's a reason that the music stood out so much to me, even before playing it. Like it's just the composition on it, the way that it evokes feelings from you. I feel
Toby Fox is good at what he does when it comes to music.
For sure.
But like, when we get to a point where I can like really talk about my opinion,
But we
then
unleash
I can-
Sean.
We'll get there. Yeah. Next down the line, Luffy, maybe?
Okay. What I really liked in terms of the music, if I were to put like more of a specific point on it, is I really like I think they call it dynamic sound. Shoddy can correct me.
Yes, I have this. I have this note too. Go ahead.
Me too.
It is the dynamic sound where like it changes with pacing. You hear
Mhm.
footsteps fade in and out, and then you
Yep.
hear music elements added in. Now I'm sure some of you that have played the game have noticed this. It took me a while because I fell asleep at my computer playing and woke up, and I noticed that the title screen sounded different. And I was like, "Oh, was that noise always there?" And then I watched the title sequence, and you see the characters that you've saved along the way pop up, and they add their instrument as part of the intro sound. Is what
Cool.
I was
Never
like,
noticed that.
Pick up.
I've
Yeah.
I've
never
watched that
figured
so
that out
many
either.
times. What the heck?
they
Yeah.
have. Hold on, I wrote it down. Let me tell you
I
because I
usually
have.
just play it start to finish. Like I'd never. That's something I would never know about.
Yeah.
That's
This
really
is what I
cool,
wrote.
actually.
Flowey, it's like a bass line. Toriel has like piano chords.
Mhm.
Papyrus has like this kind of like wavy like harmony, but then bongos, and that's when I noticed it. I'm like, oh, this is like fuller in the maybe
Yeah.
it's just because again, music is
Oh.
something I really like hone into, but I was like, oh,
Yeah.
this is a different instrument sound, and then I was just kind of listening to it, and I noticed I'm like, wait, have they always been? And then I'm realizing, oh, every time you save a major character, the game is updating the title screen sound and they're adding them to the intro animation, which leads me to my second thing that I really like about the game is there's so much care. Again, I'm someone who really likes someone that takes a lot of time and attention to detail because I am also going through this with a lot of attention to detail when I'm like checking on things. There are just like little quality of life things. Again, like the sound. If you were to ask someone like, "Oh yeah, I remember like the Sans scene where Sans like creeping up on you and you hear like the music kind of droning up." But it's like, do you notice like when the wind blows, like it pushes the sound from left to right for like a second to kind of like disorient you. You know, there's just so many little things that I'm like, how Toby Fox, you must there's some sort of brain bug that you have that I'm like, how are you thinking about those little things? And it adds to the immersion. And I like the characters, don't get me wrong. But to me, I've personified every single character in the game with literally somebody I know. I'm like, oh, this is my dad. Like, this is my dad's humor for sure. I have someone in mind for CPR, Shoddy, and Crows that I keep on referencing in my notes. And for the Crows one, I'm like, I can't tell Crows this is Crows will
It's
literally
Toriel,
kill
isn't
me.
it?
Yeah. No,
It's not-
it's not.
Please
Toriel.
tell me now.
There's no way in hell.
I can't because I have.
Who
gone
is
a little bit-
CPR?
It's
We need to know who CPR is.
CPR to me, and this will make sense to people who have seen the picture, but it's Undine to me because CPR
100%.
CPR has this famous photo of them that is them with an eye patch on, and they're like extremely
Oh my god! I
sensitive.
didn't even think about that.
They're extremely
And it's not
sassy.
even that. Yeah, their
Yeah.
attitude
I think
is
There's a
undeniable.
different character for CPR later on. You just haven't met him yet.
I think he
See-
has. I think he has. Because that's who
If-
I thought CPR was the later character.
I
The more
thought
I hang out
CPR
with
was
Undine,
Onion's
the more I think
Onion
it's
son.
You did say
I
it was
did.
Onion. I was
Wait,
like,
I think
this,
I wrote Onion Sun down here.
this
Look
is
at
like a
Gross
Rorschach.
cringing.
Oh, I read
I
Onion
hated
Sun
that.
as Onision, and I nearly killed over and died.
Oh my.
So-
There was something about Onion following you and being like, oh, by the way, I've run out of things to talk about that made me like this.
Yeah, it's like
CPR.
CPR with Trisha Paytas. Yeah.
Yeah.
This
Extreme,
is-
extreme read
I was just like, bitch, shut the
I
fuck
would-
up and get
I
away
would
from
never
me.
do
Did you know
CPR
that
dirty
Trisha
like
Paytas
that.
had her oops time? Did you know that she killed
Exactly.
the guy? Yeah,
Exactly.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. I get it.
No,
I
Onion
thought-
Sun was bad.
I thought Shoddy was Papyrus, and I don't think I was Sans, but I was like, this is
Okay.
Shoddy is so Papyrus coded. And I'm like, if you get Shoddy like a nice little vest, Shoddy would wear it around every
My,
only item of
my
clothes.
literal,
Shoddy was sans coded to me.
my literal, in my notes, I have. Oh, where is it? I think I have it to where it's like, oh, these motherfuckers are gonna cast us as Sans and Papyrus. I thought literally everybody was just like, so Sans and Papyrus, that's Luffy and Shoddy, for sure.
Yeah.
The part that I said, and Shoddy's, you're specifically gonna hate this. I said, oh wait, so Shoddy thinks CPR is undying. Eye patch fish equals CPR. Evil work, Pain. Evil work.
That's funny. You did Pain? He said evil
Yeah, I
work.
said Pain.
evil work.
I said
Funny.
Pain. I said Pain.
That's funny. That's funny. That's
Yeah,
funny.
last name, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Shoddy hates being called Pain, so I was like, that's evil work, Pain.
Evil work.
Pain.
So funny.
Really?
I capitalized Pain, just remember. Yeah, sorry. Those are my things that I loved. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Pick up off on these questions. The things I loved about the game, I've already played through this part of the game before, but it was nice to go back around. I really enjoy the RPG aspect of it.
Mm-hmm.
Just thinking about like a kid that fell into a hole, and your main objective would be, how do I get the fuck out of here, right? But you have to wander through these ruins that's pulling you deeper down under, and then you run into this like really empathetic like mother figure, and you're like, what the hell is going on? And she's giving you pie, and then you have to like, you know, do something to get past her, to convince her that you're capable of surviving outside whatever, and then you're going deeper and deeper, and then you're encountering other monsters that aren't just like outright fucking obliterating your ass. Like, it's gotta be so scary, and I love that it's like a warm embrace to this lost little child. You know, all of these stupid characters are just goofing off and like, you know, just like giving you the chance, even though all of them know that you're capable of killing every single one of them. It just breaks my heart.
Yeah.
So that aspect of it, I really love. I love, you know, like, I agree a lot of the humor is kind of cringe and dated, but it still makes me giggle because it's just, you know, it's Undertale. But the ambience, again, the soundtrack, I think goes through into like every aspect of what makes the game enjoyable. Moving through the world wouldn't be the same without the soundtrack. So, yeah, I think the RPG aspect and the soundtrack and the laughs still get me. Like, I still giggle at them, and watching, you know, the reveal of like Santa's like, hey, can you just like show yourself to my brother, because he's been looking for a human, and then I have this whole cringe like where they're like looking back at each other and they're like, is that a human? Like, I think that shit is awesome. I love it. Big fan. So yeah, I almost every aspect that Crows hates, makes my heart warm.
I think for me, yeah, it's similar. Yeah, to backpack off kind of what everybody else said. For me, like, yeah, the writing is just, I don't know if I'm just a sap, you know. Let me tell you, you guys know I'm not the king of comedy. But man, there's just so many little bits, like even like, and this is like the cringe bit that I actually kind of liked, was when he leaves you, Papyrus cooks you a little bit of spaghetti, and there's a microwave next to it, and it says it's an unplugged microwave. All the settings say spaghetti. Just loved it. Just love that.
Yeah.
But that is the cringe. That is the cringe. And I totally get it. It is kind of like I'm firing my laser, like sort of that. But it does hit me on like kind of like a little primal level. But truly, like, I mean, the Toriel thing, the Toriel of it all, and her being like, hey, like, I want to cook you your favorite pie. Like, do you like cinnamon or butterscotch? And I'm like, oh, this butterscotch actually sounds really nice right now, so can I have butterscotch? And it's just like, then you're like tucking you in. It's just, it truly reminds me of like some of my like most what do they call, like it's my heartwarming memories in my head of like going over to my grandmother's house and like just her being like, would you like some oatmeal, like, and stuff like that. And I just, honestly, I almost was just like, maybe I just leave the playthrough here and just like I stay with Toriel for the rest of my life, you know. Like, it's just like that really endeared me. And then like when you go in and she's like reading a book and you're like, would you like me to read a book to you? And I'm just like, yes, Toriel, I would love you to read me a book. And it also has to do like I love Toriel's theme. Like I love like the little falling down theme. It just oh, it's so sweet. So like yeah, when you get to the end and she's like, you're not leaving, and I'm like, okay, are they gonna make Toriel to be this bad person? Which jury's still out, but it's just like, man, I'm like, oh, I still don't want to kill you though, and it like brings like the empathy and like, okay, it's actually harder to try to get the mercy playthrough because a lot of it is kind of obtuse, which is part of what I like the game. But again, the other thing with the soundtrack is the like specifically turning off the light in the bedroom at Toriel's changes the song to be more of a night theme. So yeah, like I just can't say enough nice things about this game. I ended up adoring this game. And like almost every single aspect. I think I totally get what Crows is saying with like they're called like doggos, you know, like it is the cringe humor, but like a lot of that just works for me. I love doggo. I'm sorry. It's just I love the word. But yeah. Anyways, that's me.
My cringe NB.
My cringe, my Arrakis, my Dune.
Crows and Sean, this is who I liked. Do what I like about the game?
Did you draw her?
You killed her.
Oh,
This sweet,
Weird.
beautiful.
That is so cute.
I'm just saying, I
Sean
killed
and
her
I
on
were
a broken
both looking
joint.
like I would do it again too.
She's like, I'd do it again. I'd do it again in a heartbeat.
I didn't see any soul behind either of their eyes.
I love snooping around in this game.
it's
Yeah.
so good.
Click on every goddamn little thing
Click
I
on
can.
everything.
I learned lots of facts about snails from Toriel's book.
Yes. Oh my God. You get so many facts.
And the water sausage plants. She has lots of plant books. Oh, and I read somewhere that it fricks up your pacifist run if you look in her sock drawer. Apparently, somehow.
Really?
I don't think so. I think someone just said that.
Yeah. You just say I
on
think.
Reddit or something. I love snooping around everywhere I go. I'm talking to everyone. I'm getting every inch of dialogue I can out of everyone. Every book, every little. It's hard to tell sometimes if you're progressing or because I'm the person like I will go explore everything before accidentally progressing. So it's a little tricky to figure that out. But I was just going everywhere. At one point, I think in Snowden, I'm like, well, the village is there. I'm just gonna go whatever, see what the heck's up there, and it's like the little fishing rod.
Yes. Oh yes.
And you reel in the rod, and it's essentially someone trying to fuck.
Did you get the? Did you guys get the snowball? Did you get the little snowball at the snowman?
Yeah.
It's like
Oh,
I want you to,
yes.
carry me with me.
Yeah,
Everybody
I got
carry me
it.
with me.
I got
I ate
it. I
him.
got
I
him.
ate it on
Yeah.
accident.
You ate the snowball. Gross. Delicious though. I get it. Might have been delicious.
You.
When I was killing the
Wait, what
papyrus,
happens when you eat him?
nothing, you gain
It
health.
like maxes out your HP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It heals you.
Somewhere.
It's a really good item, but like I was like mid fight and I was like, that's not the
Oh, no,
item
I
I wanted to use.
Kept them in my box. I kept them in my
Oh,
item
God,
box.
It's like a
And,
moral dilemma. It's like,
I ate that
you
guy.
might survive
So-
this if you
Yeah.
eat this guy.
Mm.
But you
Yes,
ate
I
him.
wrote. Lol, someone trying to fuck someone. I got their number but didn't call them.
Yeah.
And then later on when you get to grill bees, you beat the person who left that note, and it's like this fugly ass fish.
A fish with the teeth.
I think so. Yeah, you go
Right.
you go and talk to him, and he says something about leaving a message in a bottle.
There's
One
fish
cool
in the sea, and I
thing-
took that literally.
Yeah. One cool thing I noticed later on, I can't remember where the heck I went. It procced somewhere, and I get this phone call, and then it sings me the wrong number song, and they're like, "Sorry, we've dialed the wrong number."
Yep.
Yeah.
And that was in my initial notes when I was rewriting them to like get them readable. I just like googled it, like the wrong number song, so I could get the lyrics. And turns out there's a hidden like a value in the game, which is your fun value. So different. So where I got the phone call with the wrong number. Apparently, if you do other things, there's a fun value. If you have different fun points, I think something else procs where you get to meet another character or something. So I'm like, well, that's cool. I guess I'm just not fucking fun. But I thought I was having fun. So what I'm adoring about this game is just exploring, seeing everything. Like, I think when you meet the lesser dogs, even, you know, you looking at all the snow puffs, and I clicked on every single one of those goddamn snow puffs. And then I get to one, and I'm like, oh, no, that's not a snow puff.
Yep.
There was one, even just like the little mounds of snow, there was one there's a hidden camera in this snowball, and you're like, huh?
Yeah.
So that's fun, and to add on to the friggin' music is awesome. And Shoot Me Dead, I never listen to game music that much. I usually just play my own music if I'm playing games. And I just found myself, when I played the first like 3 or 4 hours of this, I was just like, oh, I haven't even turned my music on. Like, I'm having such a nice time. I'm so immersed. I think when you first walk into Snowden, it's like this weird, like, drumming, like almost like an alarm sound. And it was freaky, and then that shadowy figure comes across, but it's just Sans. So that's what I'm liking about it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we got a few responses. Nox, Tank, and PW filled out the survey. And so
Gamers.
I asked the same questions that I've asked you all. And so Nox, this one's Nox? Yes. So Nox said they really liked when your choices have consequences, and that the mini game boss fights are really neat, with the challenge being, you know, a good thing as well. Tank likes the music, the characters, the art style, and the combat gameplay. So again, a lot of the things that people have mentioned as well. And PW really likes the endearing interactions between characters and the player. So yes. All very valid things to like, I think. Right, so the next question. What do you wish was done differently about it? You could take this to mean, you know, what things don't you like about it? But yeah, whether or not you like, this is fine, but I wish it was just done slightly differently. For me, the big one is the controls mapping. It is driving me bonkers to not be able to use spacebar to confirm.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
Yes!
for sure.
Yes!
That is driving me up the wall.
I think
Yeah,
on controller it is a little different. If I remember correctly, because I didn't really have that much. That was the thing is, like, I think I would have liked it more, a mouse and keyboard, if in the little games you can like move your mouse instead of you having to do the directional pads. I had to use the directional pads, and I thought it was a fucking nightmare.
Yeah.
Like, I thought that was terrible.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the one thing that is like, I wish it was done differently, is that you either had the choice to map controls yourself, or that he'd made it a little bit more intuitive in terms of where it was laid out. So
part of the problem I had with the run, and like what led to me killing Toriel, was because the controller I play with is, I think it's meant to be mapped like an Xbox, so the B and the A are reversed. And so I was pressing B a lot, thinking it was A.
It was A. Yeah.
But when I played on my Switch, it was a lot easier to navigate. So I agree, but that's not really a game problem. But being able to remap would be great.
Yeah. Because that's the issue with like the Xbox controllers versus Nintendo's. The A and B is reversed.
Right.
Yeah.
I've had issues with that too.
Let's just say this blanket statement. Have a uniform control scheme. You know, like, let's A be A, let X be X. Come on, game developers or game console makers.
Well, you can't
Anyways.
adjust music. You can't adjust, like...
No.
I think
no.
Yeah, it's one of the things I hate about older games, anyways. Is like the lack of settings.
There,
As
there
for
are
the
a lot.
game, I so it's things that we would do differently. Listen, I'm not a game designer or a game maker, so I can't really say what I would do differently. I just know that I've played other games that I feel like are trying to that are make do a better job of make pa- uh delivering the message that I think Toby Fox was going for. Um and I don't think that this one did it particularly well. Um the corny jokes and the like using monster as like a code word for like an oppressed group or whatever that's like being forced to be like the oddball out, like we've been there and we've done that. um my issue is like I have to wait until I finish the game to be able to like give a full critique of this, but I didn't get the from what I've played so far, it's like it feels very much like written. I could. This was done by a white man.
I totally get that. I totally get that.
This was written by a white man who's probably bullied in school. Um, and it very much read like that. It's somebody who, and then carried that on through the rest of their life. They felt like they were, like an oddball or an oppressed person, and they aren't really giving the full story, because you do get moments with the monsters where they are you once you engage with them, there is no reasoning. Like, it takes a lot to read, so it makes me question the whole concept of like the human monster war, and whether that really was a case of humans just attacked you um out of nowhere, you know what I mean? Because they don't seem to be, it never came off as this group of people who've been harmed before and so are really on the defense, but rather um have a prejudice against this group and have probably been hostile and got retaliation, and then are like licking their wounds and are upset about it. That's the feeling that I got. And so I understand why this kind of probably resonates with a lot of people the way it does. It's for a specific type of people. I am not the target audience, I don't believe. Not with me in my lived experience. And I think that's where the root of why I don't like this game. Also, like, the art was not for me. I'm a pixel art game. It still didn't like do anything for me. But in terms of game mechanics, the specifics of like building a physical game, that I can't comment to because I don't make games, don't know how to make games. But as for the message that was trying to be delivered and how that went about, it was very easy to clock who made it and what type of walk of life you're coming from, or how you view the world. Because I can see a lot of people, even now, like even with Deltarune and the conversation of Undertale coming up, I'm seeing a lot of people like use Undertale as like a what's the word I'm looking for? Not a reference, but like
like a historical like
mirror. Of the like what's going on now. And I don't see it that way.
Yeah,
at all.
I don't really see it. I didn't even like necessarily relate it to the real world, except for like the empathy of it all, right? Like it is like that's what did hit me, was like the mercy, the ability to be able to like flip flip
like
the RPG on its head and be like, hey, like it's gonna be a little harder, but you cannot kill these people.
It's unique in the thing that it like gives you the option to be merciful. It doesn't.
Yeah.
And it's like, if that was the lesson, then I don't think it should be that hard to walk away from a situation. Because like Crows, I'm currently stuck on the
The
for
Undone?
lack of a better word, the dummy fight.
Oh yeah.
And
That's exactly
that was
what it is.
pissing me off. It's because like I'm trying to not engage with this, and it's like this person is like
Yeah.
angry, can't remember the name of the person they're angry on behalf of.
Yep.
But they're angry at you for like for some reason. So it's just
Yeah.
like this feels very reminiscent of real world experiences, but not the ones that people liken it to.
Right.
Yeah, that's my critique.
What was
Yeah,
next
that's
time? Luffy?
Me, sorry, I muted because I was playing with my buttons.
Not digging in your butt.
I said button.
I heard butthole.
Playing with my butt.
Digging in my butt.
Listen.
Stop
Play with
digging
my
in your
butt.
butt, twin.
Not twin, dude. I also did not like the character art. For a lot of the character art, like the Moldsma, I think is what it's called, reminds me of like I just don't like it. It reminds me of like Toxapex from Pokemon, which I've just never enjoyed the look of. The reindeer too, I forget what it is, the one where you take stuff on and
Yeah.
put stuff off.
The decorations.
A lot of that stuff, and then also like the green grid. I'm like, why is this on here? Why can't we just have the boss art? So there's like a lot of things like that that I'm like, visually I just don't like. I also don't like how simplistic the character looks. Because the other thing too,
Yeah.
we're given so many characters that are clearly much more thoroughly designed. Why does this character look like a fucking like yellow like splotch? Like you can barely tell he has eyes and stuff. Whereas like the other the monsters and things like that, you can tell like there's like effort. Like the dog guards, I have more art put into it. So it's like it's not like I just necessarily don't like the style, but it's like why are we getting some of these pieces of art? Because it feels like some like Toby Fox really liked, and others is like yeah this is just this guy, he sucks. Jerry, you know, is a good example.
Jerry.
You know, but I think that's the frustrating part because then we'll get. I also really did not like the ruins. I think the ruins is probably that's why I put down the game the first time because I was like, this is very samey, very boring to look at. We get one look at what the actual ruins look like. I'm like, oh, are we gonna go there? Like that looks cool. That's like a ghost town down there. And then you're like, nope, we're just gonna put you in a hallway, and the coolest thing you see is Toriel's house. And I think that's the reason why I like Snowden so much because it's like, oh, okay, there is like he actually cared to put some details in this part later.
Right.
Ruins, I was like, this is just pink on pink, very boring. It's much more about the puzzles, I guess. Like maybe it's like tutorial room, but I'm like, just give me a little something. Like, give me some variation, please.
Give me some flavor for sure. Yeah.
Something, because it's like I mean, that's the start of your game, and I think this is why I put it down the first time because like,
same.
Oh, so I just don't. This is just not a game for me, And I think I'm glad why we're doing this because it allowed me to get past that part. Because just after that part, you have probably what I consider one of the most beautiful levels in the game that we've seen.
Absolutely.
I've yet to see the rest of the game, but I think it's definitely up there for one of the coolest places. Also, one of the places that I dug around the most. Last thing I'll say in terms of things that
Toriel's house, you mean?
Like places that I liked, or Toriel's house in regards to what?
What was
You were
the?
just saying the most beautiful place.
Oh,
Yeah,
the
which was
the most beautiful place I think would be
Snowden. Is that?
It'd be Snowden or parts of Waterfall, but I have a feeling other parts in the game are going to be cooler because I've started other parts that I think do look better already. So, anyways, but like Ruins, very very plain, very boring. Like literally, I'm like, just give me like a little more something. Last thing I'll say, is, and I think this now has no reason not to. This game crashes so often
frequently
on PC. I updated my drivers. I have to stop playing this in full screen because it'll crash every other save. If I don't repeatedly and religiously save the game, it'll crash it. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to buy this on fucking Switch and play it there because this is borderline unplayable.
Yeah.
I'm at the point now where I'm too far to stop, and I just played in window mode. Like it's not ideal. I'd rather play the game where I can see it better. I have bad eyes, clearly. You know,
Mhm.
like I would rather not be sitting up here like that trying to play the game. And again, going on with the controls thing, this is a very popular game. This game has been out for a while. You could have, especially because it's probably been ported later on, where like
Mhm.
controls and things happen.
The ports
There's
are
no
better.
reason- Ports
Like-
are better. You shouldn't. Especially, we're at the 10-year mark, right?
Yeah.
Why
September.
can't we get some quality of life? Why, like, literally, why can't we get
Literally.
the fucking bars, all of this stuff?
Right.
Those are the most frustrating parts of the game for me.
Absolutely.
Is unfortunately the gameplay mechanics and like a lot of things like that themselves. That's what I'll say though. That's what I would do differently.
Rep.
Yeah, I would say the first things that kind of irked me about the game right off the bat was the crashing as well. I think it's very well known, and Toby Fox himself has admitted that he's never like considered himself a coder, so the programming of the game is not the best. And then, yeah, that's obviously not ideal, playing a game that requires saving and then it's just crashing all the time. I am playing this playthrough on my Switch, and I haven't had any issues.
Yeah.
So, there's that. But the big thing was when I first started playing the game myself years and years and years ago, I also wasn't a fan of the design of the player character. I
Yeah.
was like, what the hell is this? Like, what is this supposed to be? Is it like a feminine character or a masculine character? But I think part of that kind of applies itself to it's made ambiguous intentionally, so that there is room for the person playing the game to insert themselves into the design somehow. However that may be. And I just feel like, they never give you because with the characters that you interact with, you see like a more clear drawing of them, like a pixelation art, but it's like, you see what they look like, and you never see that for yourself. I think.
Yeah, I don't think you. I think you get like little hints. Through like but I don't think you. Yeah.
And I don't know. I guess like my complaint is kind of double-sided, like because part of me goes, I want to see I want to know more about the character I'm playing and the role I'm putting my shoes into. But I also appreciate the fact that Toby Fox allowed you to kind of do that yourself and be like, okay, well maybe I can say like it's me, or it's this kid that I have in my head. If it's not yourself, it's like
Right.
just a random child. But yeah.
Absolutely.
It's also very interesting that he chose a child to be the main protagonist.
Mhm.
And you're, like I was saying, you're still kind of met with a lot of hostility, regardless of the fact that you are a child,
true.
obviously.
Yeah. I think it's meant to, and obviously like this is just what Toby Fox probably meant to do it this way, but it's meant to be like they're scared of you because you have the power to kill them. So,
Right.
like instantaneously like, so I want like that is kind of like the thing to that, but is that compelling? Is that something that is?
I mean,
You know,
to that end, I think that also makes it kind of an interesting plot point of like, maybe the monsters don't even realize that you're a child, or they doesn't even occur to them that matters.
Right.
Maybe they're just like, oh, this is like.
So Toriel's not a monster. She's like a separate being.
No, she is a monster.
Yeah.
She's a monster. But the kid.
I
recognized
just
you
assumed
as a
that-
kid.
I assumed that everyone knew that they were a child because Toriel like calls you one right off the bat. So I assumed.
I would
Toriel.
think.
I feel like Toriel definitely knows more than your average character
Well,
that you encounter.
To be fair,
Mm.
Toriel has also housed 7 humans, right? You're the 7th,
Mhm.
presumably. I guess there could be more. I haven't played the end of the game, but they mention how like before the Undyne fight, which I thought you call it Undine because of like Undines and
Mhm.
it
I've
is like
been
a
calling it
water sprite.
Undying.
Yeah, Undyne.
as well.
I believe it's the.
It is Undyne because it's Undyne the Undying. It's like
Mhm.
the play on words.
Mhm.
But anyways, during that fight, I just lost my train
Piss
of
me
thought.
off.
Fuck.
Mhm.
I forgot what I was gonna
What
say.
is she?
During a fight.
Was it to do with the kid thing?
I thought it. No. Oh, it's because Undyne goes, "Hey, you have. I need 7 souls for
Oh yeah.
Oh,
the
yeah.
king, and I have 6 so far." And you see, I mean, if you go to Toriel's house, there's evidence that kids have been there, right? You have the wall,
Right.
very
The,
issues.
the locked door. Too.
He's like,
Yeah. And
you're
there's,
the
isn't there like 2 other bedrooms?
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah,
There's
the
Toriel's and
cheese
then one
clothes.
that's under construction.
Under construction. Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
And then there's the one that she lets
Is a
you
kid-
stay in.
Yeah, which is clearly a
Right?
kid's
There's
room.
3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I've yet to like theory craft it out, but I do want to talk about that once we get later on in the conversation.
With the like the 6 children that came before.
Yeah, because part of me, yes, exactly that. Sorry, I realized we're on the second part. I'll get to it later, but yeah, I have some theories about that. I have some theories, some thoughts.
I don't think I have anything new to add as to what I disliked. It is kind of double-sided, I guess, kind of as to Sega's Rabbits. Even just with the monotony of it, like the over and over again and again and again. And I know it's on purpose, and like half of me loves it, because I know it's intentional.
With the combat
But
encounters.
the other half, if I went into this game not knowing that, it would have been rather upsetting for me if I was trying to do a good run, and I didn't know that this would be a part of it.
Right.
I would be sitting there like dying over and over again and again, not knowing because I only have my 20 HP. And so it would be frustrating, but I think that's why you're supposed to replay the game. Like the game, I think you're supposed to play twice to get everything.
Yeah.
Freaking the Undyne fight. I didn't know as soon as I flee the first time you're supposed to leg it. And I did that so many times until I realized I'm supposed to run. And at this point, I saved at a stupid spot. I didn't like use all my dog residues and turn them into salads. So I had like barely any healing items.
Yeah.
It took me so long. And that's just a skill issue. That's not a complaint. But the first couple of hours, just getting used to I just want to use WASD. Can't I just...
Yeah.
WASD.
Well, once I knew that I couldn't do WASD or the mouse, I was like, no, I'm not doing this.
But what I will say is I have not had a single issue with any crashes, any bugs, nothing. And I've been playing on full screen on a shitty little mini PC.
Yeah.
So I don't know what it is. It could be the fact that it is a shitty little PC and it's not trying to do too much. That's saving it.
Beating my ass in there.
but I saw after like the first few days, because I started it a little later than everyone else. Like everyone was like, "Oh my god, it's crashing! Like I don't know what to do," and I was worried. But it's going fine for me. And yeah, nothing new to really add as to what I disliked, but definitely agree with all the dislikes. Nothing I can say that I would do better. I have no thoughts on that. Just the freaking controls.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think accessibility is a big thing for sure.
The accessibility, yes.
Yeah, and not being able to like change keybinds, but like I also would like an objective list, because especially like for my first time through, I know I got so lost.
Yeah.
Trying to like explore everything because I didn't realize like there was like a distinct way to go.
Yeah,
and
if you're not
like,
paying attention, you're like, wait, what am I doing?
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, so I've gone to this and this and this, and I still can't progress the story because I have no idea where the hell I'm going. And at this point, I've been wandering around for like an hour, and having played it several times now, it's like, okay, I know what I'm doing, but like, for that first time, having like a waypoint or like a map to look at or something
Yeah.
would be a huge improvement.
Yeah, I mean, I understand why there's no map, but it would be nice.
Yeah.
Like, if
You're
they could, like,
exploring,
find
and you
it
are. You're a
somewhere-
lost little child just wandering around. But
Yeah,
God, give me
yeah.
something, like just
Yeah.
an arrow, just
Some sense of direction would be great.
And you
For
do
sure.
get like little things, right? Like in the dialogue, because I went after the big Undyne fight. I didn't progress. I went back and I went on because Pappy. I've been calling Papyrus Pappy, so.
Aw.
Happy.
I love Happy.
Papyrus is like, yeah, we should all hang out at Undyne's house. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go find Undyne's house before I move on. And then I went on that date with her. I don't know if it was.
Yeah.
It's so silly. And that's through all that and talking with her through that. So that's where I was really like, oh yeah, this is CPR.
Yeah. Yeah, once I did that for sure.
Just everything about it, even talking about like her childhood and like her role models, everything. I was like, this is CPR.
Yeah.
Oh my
But
gosh.
apparently there's a better one, so we'll see.
I don't know if there's a better one. I think there's one that hits me a little bit, but yeah.
Oh, and I just reading through my notes, like through that whole last sequence of the waterfall. I'm like, she fucking speared me, and then later on I was like, Undyne's here, she speared me again, and then I'm like, even in the date with her, she throws a friggin' spear at you.
Yeah.
That
Wow.
actually makes me think there's a section of the game where you're moving with that little yellow monster.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
So I'm talking
And
Yeah,
they
that-
say that they wish that Undyne, they used to wish that Undyne would come to their school and like
about
attack
and
the
beat up their
teachers.
teachers.
But they
Yeah.
said like they know that Undyne would never attack an innocent person, and I thought that was really ironic,
Yeah.
considering
Yeah. Well, me
You-
and Undyne are like this now. We're
The fuck does that make me? Yeah.
Yeah.
exactly, and like the 6 children, the presumably children before you.
Right. For sure.
Before we move on to
Yeah.
the next question,
Mhm.
I also want to mention. Oh, Sean, go ahead.
I don't remember.
no, you were just saying it's ironic that the kids at
Yeah.
Undyne wouldn't kill something innocent.
I don't remember what I was gonna say next, but it's fine.
I'm so sorry.
No,
I-
it's fine.
I was gonna say the other thing I just don't like is that because we're a kid, the dating scenes I just didn't.
Mhm.
Yeah, no.
I-
I remember the first time I played being like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
Because it's not once but twice with 2 different like clear adults.
And there's a
And
couple
I'll-
in between
I was gonna say
interruptions
there's more. There's
where it's
more.
like a flirt.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Pappy like asks, like calls me, like, "What are you wearing?" And like I know now why he asked that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, this is being weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think
it's
It's a little
gay.
weird, and because like the date ends, the date it ends, and I don't think it's supposed to be like super weird and creepy. I literally think it's just like these guys are fucking idiots and they don't even know what they're saying.
I think it's the phrase calling it a date is a little
Right.
like that is where because like in the
I mean, but
date
they're
itself
romancing.
is like
Guys, like they are romancing. Like we can be honest. Like they're
Yeah.
doing like the heart. Like he's blushing. I mean,
yeah
that's the weird thing is like I think
Yeah, you do get the option to flirt with some of the monsters, which
Yeah,
is
that-
Yeah,
yeah.
well, that's how
Quite
you, yeah.
and going back to what Sean said too, it reminds me of the thought like why do they pick the kids? Is it just because like you're trying to show someone is innocent? Because like if it's an adult human, they're gonna have a much different reaction to you maybe
Yeah.
than like a
because I
kid.
know the
Gives
history.
it a different like.
that's what I was gonna say. Like,
Has Toby ever talked about that? Like, cause like it is like a genuine issue that I feel like
For
people
sure.
have been talking about for years. Like, has it ever been like explained away in some sort of way?
I
Has
would
there
like
been an
to
excuse for
look
it
up
anywhere?
if
Yeah.
he's done an
So,
interview or anything about the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
like, I know it's weird and creepy.
I would
and, like, I
assume
know
his
people talk
approach to
about it.
that topic would be that it's not intended to be a serious interpretation in the way an adult would look at it.
Right. Still doesn't change the fact that it is like creepy. You know,
It's not
like,
even just
Yeah.
creepy. It's like at certain. That was the point I was gonna tell you. I was like, all right, if this keeps happening, I think I'd probably hang up the game because
mhm.
it's like I get you're having like fun little like dialogue, which would be fine if it was me the adult and Papyrus, or me the
Right.
adult
Yeah, if
and
it wasn't like
Undyne.
you, the kid.
Right.
Truly, or have us. You know what would be better? You know what we would like. Truly, we talk about not fixing it, but truly, what would
Yeah.
have changed this for me? What if the kid was there, like you're like wingmanning it, or like wingmanning it, excuse me.
Oh,
Mhm.
right.
Yeah.
So you're like directing this kid. Like,
Right.
Yeah, you're like
You're helping
Papyrus.
him
Papyrus
through.
is trying to go on
Yeah.
a date with one of the
Yeah.
characters, and like Papyrus, this is what you got to. That would
Yeah.
have at least allowed us agency as adults to make those decisions without like the feeling of it immediately being weird, because it is.
Yeah, it is
It,
so
it,
jarring.
it immediately made me like not have any feelings towards Papyrus or Undyne anymore, which
Mhm.
sucks because they're very big characters. They're otherwise very likable. It's just like, even in the tone deaf aspect, it's like there's clearly monsters that like they're
Just when
like
you're.
they're having sex or they have kids, right? Like they know what sex is, they know what flirting is,
Right,
they know what dates
right.
are. It's like you can't even like do the mental
Separate
gymnastics
it. Yeah.
of like, oh, they don't know. It's like they do know. Like
Mhm.
they've been there for hundreds of years, having it's tough to get around. That
For
is
sure.
something I
Like, I just.
Absolutely.
forgot
How
about.
do you
Yeah.
just justify that thought when you're making it? Like I just don't know why you even take that risk.
No,
yeah,
I
I truly
definitely
think if you
do
just make
remember
it-
cringing every time
Yeah.
we got to that point in the Papyrus thing.
Yeah.
Even with the like mold small fight, I remember that was the
Yeah.
first part I actually
Mhm.
saw that you could choose to flirt with them, and I was like, what does this mean? And if you do choose flirt, it's like it says something like you wiggle your hips at them and it wiggles along
Yeah.
with you.
And
And it's like-
absolutely.
yucky.
From the context of what a kid would do to wiggle their, like, I'm just picturing a kid doing that,
Yeah.
and like nothing about that
Yeah.
interaction with like
Cha-
what I'm picturing is wrong,
Yeah.
but the words that he uses to give
Yeah.
you that option are so weird, you know?
Yeah. For sure.
It's just
And-
something off. It just feels off.
And there's nothing about that you couldn't just change it to be hanging out. Like you couldn't just like, hey, you're
Or
becoming
just
better
have it, like
friends.
dance at them, like
Yeah, like literally.
Yeah.
Like there's
But
truly
it sucks
nothing-
because the way that interaction ends is so sweet, and I wrote it down.
For
It's
sure.
like, you were. What does he say? It's so sweet.
Oh.
Um.
we lost Sean.
Oh, Sean's not feeling great.
Oh shit. That's alright, Sean.
Got all my stuff. He ends it with saying, "You are very great. It would be tragic to lose your friendship." And I'm like, that is such a sweet, nice thing that it could have just been like that from the start. They could have fought and got to know each other. Why did it have to be this weird?
Right.
Oh my God, you're holding my hand. like what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
No,
it
I
is
agree.
it sucks because it is, like you said, it is like a sweet interaction if you kind of like separate that.
In the
but
end, in the end, it is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and it's like
it's such an
that's what
uphill
you go
battle.
into
The
it
path
with.
there is
And
like
so-
an unnecessary path.
Yeah,
that
and
we
it's
did
like
not need
it's
to go down.
and it's weird because it has to be your choice to do that, so it like it feels like the act of doing that is justifying it, but honestly as the player of a game you're just like, I'm just trying to see what the fuck the game is doing with this, because why is it here, period.
Right.
And it doesn't lead anywhere that's not that's like horrible, obviously, but it's like, you know.
It is strange. I'll
It's
do some
strange.
googling. I'll see if see if anything's been said about that.
Yeah.
later on.
I would be surprised because another thing, and I don't even know, like transferring just to like my thoughts of like, I don't know if it's a personal like, of the game, right? But some of the fan base, holy hell, it is so it is.
Oh my god.
I'm in some
shipping-
of the most toxic fan bases. I'm literally in Star Wars and Kingdom Hearts, literally some of the most toxic fan bases. And holy hell, the amount of toxicity that is in the fan base just baffles me.
Should we pin this conversation for a second while Crows
Yeah.
updates the
Yes.
and then we put in a timestamp?
Absolutely. Here, get it. 406.
Yeah, I'm just about done updating it, so. Um,
Okay. Well,
Hmm.
I have to do
I just
that.
got
a
the
different-
chills.
I got shakes.
Shaking
Got
and
the fries,
shakes.
too. Got the fries too.
Okay.
all right, we can probably
And
go
a
back to it.
burger.
Steak and bake. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think for me, and it's not a game thing, but like the fan base here is super toxic. It's just
What
so
do you mean
many
by that specifically? Like the toxicity of it?
to the fact that they ran Toby Fox out of there's a specific video that I watched by Super Eye Patch Wolf. I know, like, but you know, my regular favorite. But he's like talks about the specific instances of like when people are doing a playthrough, they'll be like, "Oh, you're doing it wrong." I mean, Markiplier. Markiplier is a great
Yep.
example, like you guys
Yeah.
were talking about. Like,
Classic
they,
example.
he goes into that, and after 2 episodes, they were like they ran him off of the playthrough entirely, and it goes more into the intricacies of not just the toxicity, but also the championing of the game itself, like kind of how this game is a game that is kind of a starting point for a lot of people because there's just a lot of universes that go that way. Anyways, but yeah, that's kind of like my like big one that hasn't been said. You know, a lot of another video I want to share is Undertale. Undertale is a horribly made game by Juniper Dev, and just talks more about like not just like the regular bugs and crashes that we get, but just in terms of design wise, what he wanted to, and he just because he couldn't do it, you know, he just totally like wrote it off. You know, it doesn't really
Or like
go on
programming
like
wise.
that programming wise, and it just it just baffled me. You know, I'm a pretty like I'll get over a lot of stuff in an indie game because I know if it's like, okay, well, this is a passion project, it's something that I can get over, but it's just like there's just I can't imagine 10 years on a game this popular doesn't have, like Lucas said, a sound option, like to turn down the sound at all. The full screen is abysmal. I tried playing this on the Steam Deck even, and it just was horrible to play. I don't even understand how people were able to get past this. I think because people do just really like the conceit of the game, but it's just like, oh man, I got 2 Toriel's plays, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to get it on the Switch because this cannot be this bad. And I played on the Switch. It runs flawlessly. It runs 60 frames per second. Like, it runs in full screen. Like, it's baffling to me that you haven't gone back and updated this PC version in any sort of way. It feels like it just released on itch.io, you know, like it's just so baffling to me. Like, and you got Deltarune too, like, you know, like I don't know. Baffles me.
Yeah.
So that's my 2 cents on that.
Yeah,
I'll post the Juniper Dev.
yeah, that'd be good. We might move
video
on.
file.
I think there's been a lot
Yeah,
of
yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, just touch on what other people have said. Nox said they wishes there was more opportunities to go back and do things you might have missed, which I do agree. I heard a moment where that kind of happened to me, and I went, "Oh, cool, okay, well, don't care enough really." Tank said nothing. And PW said they just wish it was just generally more refined, which, yeah, I think matches up a lot with what
That's
they've
fair.
said.
Yeah. Valid
Alright.
criticism.
So, next couple are short. So, favorite and least favorite location so far.
Yeah.
Least favorite ruins, favorite waterfall.
Yeah, I'm the same.
I agree.
To be
I really
super
liked
fast.
the Echo Flowers. I thought that was fucking
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, that
I like the little
could-
story
Yeah.
it told with that. You could hear like conversations of people that have long gone, you know?
Yeah, like don't laugh at me, and then the next one's like, you said you wouldn't laugh.
Yeah.
And then it's like, no, I had the same wish. It's really
Yeah.
sweet.
That was very, like a very magical moment for me.
Easy least favorite ruins.
Did you guys skip the old tutu while you were in the waterfall?
The what?
The old tutu.
No.
Apparently, it's a really
got-
low rarity item. Like it's a extremely high rarity. Excuse me.
I got
Like-
something in there.
I got ballet
Wasn't-
shoes.
I think it was ballerina
The
shoes.
ballet shoes.
I got
Ballet
ballet
shoes
Yeah,
is the
I
one
got
is the
those.
one that everybody gets. You can get a tutu behind one of the waterfalls, the one that's moving. You hold left on the side. You can scoot up the
Oh
screen.
my
You can.
gosh.
It's a plus 10 defense item, which is like the biggest.
Wild.
Oh my
amount
gosh,
of
I need
defense
that.
you can
Okay,
Yeah.
I
get.
think
Really.
that's
Yeah.
in where the rocks are
Shotgun
floating.
tutu.
The rocks are floating down the waterfall.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Because
It's
there's
there?
a sign at the bottom that says they saw something behind the waterfall, and I
That's it?
made like a super like
For a
half-hearted
split
attempt
second, and
to
I wrote
get behind
that
the waterfall
down,
and went,
I'm like, what are they talking about?
don't care enough.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
keep going.
God damn it.
I would be remiss. I know we need to move quickly, but I would
Yeah.
be remiss if I didn't mention Napstablook's house, which is so cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not like the disposition, but they remind me a lot of like one of our favorite gamers. And there's a scene that reminds me of when we used to do like the community nights where we talked about the music and we person's music, and it's like
Yes.
very, very long, very like ethereal in the headphones. And you get a scene where they're like, "Hey, can we just listen to some? You want to lay down after eating this terrible meal that made us feel like absolute shit?"
Yeah. I think
And
I,
then you zone out in the cosmos. I'm like, bro, I'm just sitting there for 20 minutes. This is
I
awesome.
Truly,
did stay
I
there a
was
long
too.
time. It was beautiful,
Um,
and I loved. What did I write? Because I wrote down my favorite song. It was
it,
the second
it's,
one.
he says
It was-
after a ghost meal, I like to lie on the floor and feel like garbage.
yeah,
Is the
yeah.
exact line. I'm like, I felt that. I in
Sean
my
got the
notes I wrote,
tutu.
I felt that.
Oh my
Sean got
god!
the
And when
sushi.
did you go do the snail racing with him?
Yes.
Yeah, pissed me off.
Couldn't figure it out.
You're that fucking snail so long.
I
that-
know.
Yeah.
And then
I
the
like
next one, I'm like,
100
all right, I'll just click it one time, and it slowed it down, and I was like, well, I'm not sitting through that again.
So I did win. So what you have to do is you have to do it like a couple of times and then stop, and then a couple of times and then stop, and then a couple of times and then stop.
Because even if I just clicked it once, it stopped. So
And
maybe
you know-
it needs a little push. All right.
And you know what they give you? They give you 4 gold. They give you 1 less gold than you gave
Oh.
in. That's it. That's it.
That's bad.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I loved Napsterbook. When Napsterbook showed
Wait, you
up after
paid-
that
you
friggin'
paid
dummy
5
fight,
gold for
I was
that?
so happy.
Yeah,
paid
you paid
10.
5 you paid. You think
I
you paid
feel
5
like
or
I paid
10? Yeah.
I
I'm
paid
pretty
10.
sure I paid 10.
Okay,
yeah.
so it's 10 gold, and you
Damn.
get
And
4
you get
gold.
4 back.
I
Hell
paid
yeah.
it. I paid it like 7 times.
I would say Napstablook is my favorite NPC.
I love Napster, yeah.
Like my
Mhm.
favorite character in the game
From day
so
one.
far. And I think there's a quote that says you see the divine in all your friends. And I think that's
Yes.
why I see the good in all these people, because I see my friends in like a lot of the characters. Not like, because I don't think the characters are written that deep. I just notice
Right.
certain traits where I'm like, because literally my notes are full of, oh, this is this. Maybe it's just because I have you guys in my mind so much, but I just like I like comparing you guys to the characters. Crows, you're gonna meet the character that I think is you, and you're gonna know it. You're
Yeah.
gonna know it right
Yeah.
away.
Yeah.
There's not even gonna be a question. You're gonna say, "Oh, Luffy thinks this is me," and the answer
Yeah.
is yes,
Oh.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
Aw.
No.
I thought
Yeah.
it was the shopkeeper in Snowden. She was.
The shop,
We haven't
the
talked about-
shooter and Snowden.
That's where I was getting. So I was gonna say my favorite is Snowden because of the people, especially
Yeah.
the shopkeeper.
We didn't talk
library,
about the shops
library, and the bar.
where you get to sell at the shop, and they're like, "What, bro? I
Just
can't
like,
buy a bunch
what
of
does this
What do you think
fucking
this
look like?
is?
I can't afford.
Do you want to buy my
business like
shit?
this."
No, then get the fuck out. Yeah.
Yeah.
I loved her. Just the
Imagine
way
if
she
there's a
spoke,
fishing
so
game.
hopeful.
So-
Everyone I talked in there, like they all had this little thing about like hope. Their hope to get out. And one day, and they're trusting in the king, which is like whatever. We'll get to him. But she just had so much hope and so much beauty. She yapped for ages, and I couldn't stop friggin' listening to her.
Should we just make
Um,
this section the tidbits that we like to help Crows? Because Crows like, dude, we gotta go to the next question.
Yeah.
Well, the next one is just
No,
characters, which some people have
that's
already
it.
touched on.
That is that is why Snowden is my favorite. But gosh, I
Yeah.
did really adore the waterfall as well.
Yeah, Snowden was by far my favorite. I think again the ruins were just not full life. Obviously, barring
It's just a
Toriel's
tutorial.
house, barring Toriel's house, which if that is like if we can section that off, that is my favorite. I love the comfort that it gives you, and it's just like again, it puts me in such a time and place and very personal to me that specific part is just I will never forget that the
What?
design of that house.
What about Tori's house is comforting to you? I was so uneasy in there.
I love
So
the
for me-
mirror. When you get to
for
live with your
me,
little self, I think it's so cute.
I'm like uneasy. I'm
Yeah.
like, what is like there's something
Like,
ominous.
she's gonna lock
And
me
like
in
she
the
freaks
basement.
out. Yeah, you go down to the basement. And she's like there
She
all
is
of a
very
sudden
nice.
dragging you out.
The
She is
basement
very
was-
nice, but I do not like the mama vibes right away. I'm like, lady,
No,
lady,
neither.
let's
It is a
Yeah.
little
Like,
odd.
let me
Neither.
get
And
a-
I called her out.
No,
I
I
called
just
her
hate
out
you.
at the end.
hold on.
She
Let me
starts.
let me phrase it how I think in my mind too.
Sorry.
Imagine some lady you get lost at the shopping mall and some lady comes up pretending you're your mom.
She's like,
Your
I'm
mom
your
comes up,
mommy. Say
you're
mommy.
throwing that. Your mom better
Mommy.
beat the heck out of that lady. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
It's giving like Hansel
Get
and Gretel.
away
witch.
from-
Like,
Bro,
Listen.
5 seconds in, get away from me, bro. Thank you for protecting from this
Yeah.
fucking flower.
my
I'm not your
child, my child.
child.
Listen,
Oh
if
my God.
I
Go ahead.
clocked her ass for emotional terrorism at the end because she starts
Yes,
like calling
yeah.
herself like I'm just so pathetic. I can't even save one kid, and I was like, shut up.
She is an emotional.
Let me
She's-
out. Let me the
she's-
heck out of here.
she says she lets you go, and this is where I cried. when you leave, please don't come back.
Yeah, I did write
Oh,
that
dude,
down.
Yeah.
If you try to call her, she won't answer. It hurts me so much. And honestly, I'm falling down in the ruins. Let me tell you, I don't know where my mom is. I don't know if I'll ever see my mom again. And there's this lady that tried to be my mom. Okay, I'll let you be my mom. You're gonna make me pie? You're gonna make me pie? Okay, give me. Okay,
Yeah,
I'll have pie.
What
and
happens when you
stealing
grow up?
children in your house. You're
What
in
happens
some
when you
other
grow up?
kid's room.
I
Yeah.
leave. I leave. I kill her.
I can't help.
Okay, you
told
yelled at me
her.
for doing that. You yelled at Sean and I and Artie for doing that.
I can't get past. Maybe it's the way people have like framed Toriel as like this. People make a lot of like nasty art about Toriel. Like that's the
Yeah.
only thing that I knew about Toriel
For
at the
sure.
time. And I'm like, it seems like people that really have like a mom fetish that like they're like, oh, my girlfriend is so much like my mom, and you go, oh, bro, you know what I'm saying? You go, oh, like come on, brother.
Yeah, I know. Okay.
Oh, and
Yeah.
I wrote.
Wait, what?
She goes, I'm going to destroy the exit, and I said, okay, try.
Yeah, I they already said I'm a box lover, bro. Like, obviously.
Fun.
My
You
ex
do
too.
not want to know the half
all
of
right,
it.
all right. We should discuss.
I'll
a
say,
lot,
going
I'm
back to the
sorry.
question,
Yeah.
Terrace
Yeah.
Waterfall is my least favorite spot.
They made a rhythm
Really?
game.
Well,
out
you
of
know
smacking-
more.
Smacking
Sorry.
Toriel's cheek, Sean.
Or
Yeah, I think like aesthetically it's cool, but I get so lost in there.
yeah.
Like it's so hard to figure out like
Mhm.
where the hell I'm supposed to be, especially like
Well-
during like the Undyne chase. It's like,
Yeah.
dude, these paths go everywhere. What? Where?
Yeah.
And it just said go north or go southeast, favoring east is all it said, and it still sucked.
Yeah, yeah,
The lily pads piss me off so much.
yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the
the
lily
lily
pads.
pad
Love her little
puzzles.
thing.
Yeah.
Oh my
Uh-huh.
God.
Awful.
You know when you first get to the you gotta throw the little flowers in to make the bridge, and
Uh-huh.
there's a little sign at the bottom of the screen, and I'm like, I gotta go fucking see what that is. I
Yeah.
throw all the flowers in, I get to the sign. Congratulations,
Congrats, you failed
fucking
the puzzle.
failed this fucking
Yeah.
puzzle.
Oh, thanks.
Well, now I gotta
truly.
reset all the flowers. Like I knew where they went. I just wanted to see.
Yeah, I think collectively the runes were everyone else's. The runes / prologue were like the least favourite places.
Yeah.
Nox said the waterfall, and then Tank and PW said Snowden. So, all right.
Snowden, really?
Yeah, favourite and least favourite characters.
Least favorite. Sorry.
You know I don't like
What-
any of
what
them.
is your
so.
favorite?
Yeah.
I don't know if I have a least favorite, to be honest. That's a hard question.
I don't even know if I have a favorite, honestly, because I'm like
I
I
really
just like
like
all of them in
Sans.
their different ways. I like
Yeah.
Sans.
I
I'm
would say
endeared to Papyrus.
there's no character that I really dislike aside from maybe like the monsters.
Except
Like
for
the
fucking
one
Jerry.
the one that you like, yeah, the ones that you fight, the random
Yeah.
Or
encounter
the
one.
yeah,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
combat
they're
monsters.
Exactly.
You know
I
what?
would
Monster
say
Kid is my least favorite. He's annoying.
I will actually say I think Sans is the one that because it's my least favorite. It's not that I dislike Sans, but I think of all the other ones, I'm like, oh, I would rather.
Yeah.
It sucks because I think Undyne and Papyrus are have like more interesting stuff to say because they're just so bonkers,
Mm-hmm.
but been marred by the whole dating thing. Other than that,
Yeah.
it'd be characters you meet way later in the game. You're like, oh, there's. I'm not gonna say it because we're about to get to it next week,
Yeah.
but y'all know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
You know, you know what I'm talking about. I'm just saying, crows. Maybe you notice something beautiful. That's all I'm gonna say. Maybe you notice something beautiful.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Rose hates all of this.
She does.
Rose is having a
This is
miserable time.
this is the you know how Nan talks about if someone likes Skinamarink, they'll forever
Yeah,
change their
yeah.
opinion. This is Crows. Well, Crows is writing it down like, okay, so I can't
Yep.
you anymore about games and you anymore about games.
Yeah.
Okay.
Least favorite. Yeah, I don't know. I like Sans a little more than I thought he would. When I first met Sans, I'm like, you're annoying, whatever. Like, you're funny and cheeky, but like, I don't really have any kind of connection to you. Papyrus has a lot of big feelings. Papyrus,
Yeah.
all they want is a friend. At the end of the
Yeah.
day, even like when you first met, I want to be in the Royal Guard, and then even just in that first interaction, you learn that's not really what they want. They want the fame and the connections that come with that.
Mm-hmm.
And even like when you get to their house, like Sans has like his mailbox is just full, and
Yeah.
Papyrus is empty. I went on not a date with Sans. I hung out with Sans at Grillby's, and like I
Yes.
too much
Oh, the
ketchup.
Grillby's. Yeah.
All of my chips, and then Sans like, you can have mine, and so I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm endeared to you a little bit more.
Yeah.
I don't know who my favorite is yet. I just
Come
don't
on,
know.
dude.
Yeah, well, so I love.
Napstablook is.
Well, when
yeah.
Napstablook showed up after the dummy, I was like, my freaking hero. Yeah, I might actually have to say Napstablook so
Mhm.
far. I just love that little sad guy so much. And even more so after hanging out at their house.
Mm-hmm.
I am a Sans defender, but I think, yeah, Napstablook is my favorite.
I think my least favorite is actually the dummy, because holy hell.
Oh, yeah, fuck that guy.
As an
Yes,
actor,
they
He is
and-
annoying.
Yeah.
Why are you
But-
mad at me? And I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
I did kill your cousin.
Yeah. See, the thing is, I didn't even do it. I didn't even kill the cousin. I spared the
I
dummy.
did. I forgot. I killed that motherfucker. And I wrote down, I was
It's-
like, did I fuck up? I'm
It's
like,
still
oh,
this
no.
to grind with me.
Alright, so you still, actually that's what I was going to ask. I was like, you still
Mhm.
get that fight if you spare the dummy
Yeah.
at the start.
Yeah.
Here we go. So I
Yeah.
killed his ass.
Rabbi,
already on
favorites, least favorites?
Yeah,
I already answered.
I already answered first.
Rabbi, you said?
I said
I think Toriel kills the dummy. If you don't kill the dummy, she's like,
Oh.
I think she's like, why didn't you kill it, like, or something like that.
It's a dummy.
Yeah.
Well,
So
they can
she tells
live
you
and love
to
and
talk
dance
to it,
like
and then
everyone
she'll.
else.
Then if you talk to it, yeah, she's like, talk to it, and then I'll come along and kill it for you.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
essentially what she says. Yeah.
Eva.
Right. So, my least favorite character up to this point is Toriel, by far. It doesn't mean that I don't have, like, a heart for her, because she's literally the first character that makes you feel something when you go into the game, if
Right.
if you do feel anything for any of the characters. And I think Toby Fox's demo of the game was just Toriel in the ruins,
Mhm.
and that blew up. So I feel like it might not connect with some people, but it definitely connected to a lot of people.
Yeah.
And I will say she's extremely flawed. in my opinion.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I think, she has a lot of information and knowledge of the greater goings on of what is going on, and she is not doing enough with that information, in my opinion. Anyway, probably my favorite character is also Sans. Interestingly enough, I think he has that same flaw in common with Toriel. I think he knows a lot more about, maybe more than any other character, about what's going on. And he's not really doing a whole lot to prevent anything weird from happening. He's just kind of giving the kid the benefit of a doubt.
Yeah.
And that is insane to me. But
for sure.
Yeah, that's my answer.
Yeah, what do people say? Nox said dog's good, Undyne not favourite.
Yeah.
Damn, hating CPR is crazy.
Dog's good. Dog's good.
Yeah, Tank said Undyne because she loves her fellow monsters and is determined to protect everyone. Least favourite Nabs the book because they're a little in the way and you don't connect with their, doesn't connect with their mood, which I can't fault
Tank's
them.
up. Tank's
I can't fault them not connecting with characters.
Tank likes Undying because Tank is a type.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say
Tank does have a type.
it's the Dancer of the Boreal Valley for this game.
yeah.
And then PW said favorite lesser. It was a lesser dog. And then least favorite was a battle dummy because the mechanics. Which And then the last question I had for you all was, again, you kind of touched on it in a few cases, but it was just, what was the moment that made you most emotional? Not necessarily sad, but maybe happy or angry.
This is a hard question because playing Genocide, you don't get any of the interactions that you guys have been talking about all night.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I am just going through and I am just wiping these people out, and like there's no character connection. Like, you don't get to see the relationship.
Yeah.
It bypasses literally every part of the game. Yeah. Like, there's no relationships between, like, you never get to see Papyrus and Undyne, like, interact. Like, you never get to have, like, those, like, personal interactions with all those characters that, like, you're supposed to know and love. And there's not a whole lot of emotion there. It's like, okay, well, I have this, like, attachment to such and such because I played it before. And now it sucks that I'm killing them. But, like, as far as this specific run goes, like, there's nothing to really be attached to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd argue
That's how I feel.
that's a pretty substantial
Tough.
emotional
Like
build up
Tank
there.
just
Like,
said,
you
yeah.
played the games years ago, and then you know who your favorites are or who you don't want to die, but your job now is to kill them all. So you're like,
Right.
Yeah, I mean, killing Papyrus was tough. That was hard. And I fear for the fights coming after that, knowing what happens because of killing all these people, and I'm nervous.
Yeah.
Oh.
For
Alright,
sure.
so Artie's emotions? Scared.
Nervous.
I think for me, I kind of already said it with the Toriel stuff. Just hits home. I totally get contextually. It's like pretty fucked, but I'm just like, there's just something like the comfort there, and like her being like, the emotional terrorism got me. I was just like, just don't come back. And I'm like, fuck, dude. But further than that, I truly think Sans and Papyrus's relationship and like really endeared me and like made me tear up a couple of times, because it's just like, hey, thanks for giving him, like thanks for letting him do this. This was really nice. Like that definitely just like the companionship that they have really made me feel emotional. So also the dog fights, all the dog fights, just my favorite. I love it so much.
You gotta call Toriel out on her bullshit, Shorty. She's gonna
I
fuck you
know.
forever.
I know.
She nearly
I
did.
know.
She
And
nearly got your
she
ass.
really
Come
did.
on.
I literally said I would do something.
She nearly got your ass.
I'm gonna jump in and agree with a lot of Shadi's emotional moments. The first time I had to, fight or spare Toriel, I was fucking bawling.
Yeah.
And the interactions between Sans and Papyrus always choked me up too, because I feel like
Yeah.
Papyrus is
Just-
such an idiot sometimes, and
Yeah.
Sans, like, he knows, obviously, and he's just, like, so unserious about it, but at the same time, he's like, hey, could you cut him a break, maybe?
Yeah.
He's my brother, and you're like,
1000%.
oh, this is so sweet.
He's not as dumb as we think he is. That genius, like when you have that interaction with Undyne and Pappy.
Yeah.
And you go straight from like when he's like, "Oh, I told Undyne what you were wearing because you're so smart. You wouldn't have told me what you were actually wearing."
Yeah.
But then later on, like the way he manipulates the situation, like pops back in and makes it a challenge for Undyne, and so I'm like, "Oh,
Yeah.
you
kind of know what you're
there's
doing.
something going on there.
Yeah.
Like you're actually
Yeah.
a little sweetheart. Like you want
Yeah.
us to be
Yeah,
friends,
exactly.
and you're doing what you have to do."
Yep.
Continuing on from that, so I'll 100% agree. Sans and Papyrus are adorable. I can't think of like specific moments that like made me emotional. It's just the overall experience of talking to everyone in Snowdin.
Yeah.
Like, I just
Snowden in general, yeah.
just loved it. Just they're these beautiful things, and they let me find the friggin' quote I wrote down. They talk about it's freaking gosh damn it. They're talking about the parts that make up a monster's soul. And it's like, like love, kindness, care, patience, whatever. All of these things make up a soul. And then they're kind of questioning what even is a soul, because like humans have proved you don't need these things to have a soul.
Right.
And then later on, when you're walking through the jetty and the waterfall, and like you're reading all like the little lore cards, it says it's like surprisingly enough, the humans' one weakness is the power of their soul. Their power allows it to persist even after death, which like hit a little bit, and like within the game itself kind of dulls it down, because the weakness is actually that the monster can take the soul. But I'm like, well, like our biggest strength and our biggest weaknesses being our souls, is just like a little introspective, a little thinking, and
I feel like that's
just the
also a little
questioning
bit
like
of
what
a-
is a soul.
It's like a little bit of a fourth wall break. It's like
For sure.
For
a little
sure.
nod to the, hey, remember all the times you died, it said game over, and then you reloaded? That's the power of the
Yeah.
human soul.
And then,
It's
like, I
like,
think
whoa.
Even later on that same jetty, they say like a monster with a human soul would be like a horrible beast with unfathomable power, it says. And I'm like, what does that mean? Like, damn,
For sure.
Okay. That's me. Luford? Emotions?
It's funny because I don't think the story by itself, I think I have any like strong emotional feeling in terms of ups and downs like whatsoever, actually. As much as I like have endearing parts and I like enjoyed a lot of aspects of it, I think the most emotional I got was like, again, I think a lot of like heavy lifting for me is like being able to personify the characters by seeing aspects of my friends. Like no one in there is like one someone I know.
For sure.
Like I don't think Shani, I don't think you're Papyrus. I think you're much more like it. Like there's just some comparisons. But what I'll do is while I'm playing it, I'm like, okay, what if this is Shadi? What if Shadi was saying to me? How would I react to Shadi? And I think that's made me more endeared with the characters. And like, so when something bad happens, I think of it as like if something bad happens to Papyrus, or if like people are mean to Papyrus, what if someone was mean to Shadi? I'd be fucking pissed about it. But I don't actually care. Like I shouldn't say I don't actually care, but I think that's like why I'm caring about what's happening to these guys. Like when Papyrus is just so like it sucks. It's like they want to be so cool, but they are such a, again, I hate to use the word, lack of a better word. He's such a loser in the
Yeah.
sense that like everything he does, he falls short on. Like the social media following is like, dude, I'm a dozen away from a double-digit following. You're like, bro,
Yeah.
oh my, you're -2 followers. How is that even?
Yeah, it's so funny.
It's just like there's things like that. But then I'm like, I think I was looking through my notes too. I was like trying to see, it's like, is there any point where I was just like exclamation marks like I was with like Death Stranding 2? Because like there's a part when I write my notes exactly like I did for Avani and Shoddy for Death Stranding 2. And there's a part where I just stopped theory crafting, and it's just me all caps spamming like, "No, oh my god, that's a giant," you know. It's like,
Yeah.
I'll do that. I have one-off lines like, "Oh, that's cool," and I think the only part that I felt emotional about is actually something that we're gonna talk about next time. So I don't have anything
Yeah.
right now that I think I feel emotional about, to answer the question.
Yeah, Tank said the Waterfall and Genocide run is the most emotional for them. And PW
I
said,
can't imagine.
yeah, PW said walking to Grillby's, seeing the characters, but the were like good emotions. Nothing's made them mad, except for the non-updated controls, which
Yeah,
I feel.
for sure.
Yep.
But yeah, that's the last book club question we had. So.
Woo, we did it.
We did
There we go. Thanks, everybody.
Hell
Bros,
yeah.
it's time to escape the back rooms.